スガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカート7にしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant, Mortis. The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカート7にしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant, Mortis. The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカート7にしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness. Called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final round here for the Yokohama Presents FDJ2 2021 series here at Nikko Circuit in the Tochigi Prefecture. Before I get into introducing these 16 beautiful cars and 16 amazing drivers, could I have everybody please stand and take your hats off for the Japanese national anthem?
皆様ようこそ日光サーキットへ。フォーミュラトヨタジャパン J22021 最終戦横浜タイヤプレゼンツのこのファイナルラウンド、皆様ここ素晴らしい16名のドライバーをご紹介するちょっと前にですね、皆様国歌斉唱したいと思いますので、ご起立ご脱帽お願いします。
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this introduction started.
皆様ありがとうございます。ここでですね、この素晴らしい16名のドライバーのドライバーズイントロをここから始めたいと思います。これはですね、全世界、ライブストリーム生中継なので、皆様、どうぞゆっくり楽しんでご覧していただきたいと思います。Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with this beat and bruised hardcore silver JZX 100 Mark II. Qualifying first from yesterday's qualify from Team Impact, car number 84, Shota Shibayama!
Battling against him in the loud and proud rotary beast FD RX-7 with the leads racing number 654, Koji Kitagawa!
This car looks evil. It's an evil-looking big body JZX 100 Cresta from Team Ito Auto. Car number 590, Hiroaki Kokure.
This right here is going to be a sponsorship battle also with Team Ito and Good Ride. In the JZX 100 Chaser, another big body right here, big body battle, number 86, Kenichi Takashima.
Now this young upcoming driver following his father's footsteps, driving for Awatire Japan Environmental Development Racing Team, and it is an S14 Sylvia, car number 212, Ryutaro Oe.
This driver right here is targeting for that podium. He's currently sitting in 4th place. He's with Team Kazama with Moteez in the 8-6. The doctor himself, number 12, Nagaya Sumiyagi.
So following his father's footsteps as well right here, he's only 12 years old. I'm not even sure if we can call him a teenager. He is driving the JZX 100 Mark II. Heyman 130, Hiroya Minoa.
This right here is going to be another big body battle with Team Kazama with Moteez. They're both going to be driving the Mark IIs against each other. Who's going to be the winner of this battle? Number 10, it's going to be Ryu Okabe.
This is another expert qualifying second from yesterday's qualifying, driving the Team Kazama JZX 100 Chaser. It is car number 75, Koji Nagase.
And this is unfortunate. I want to say he wanted to just go ahead and relax this round and take it easy because this guy is actually our points leader, sitting at 420 points, 100 over everybody else. Unfortunately, his car sustained some severe damage. Team Good Ride with Kindai, S15, number 11, Mao Yamanaka.
Now out of the 16 cars, this is the only Nissan Skyline out here. Auto Garage S Sunoco and Red K ECR 33 Skyline, car number 220, Shinichi Ishizuka.
And this car right here, another JZX 100 Chaser, but the sponsor is doing something right. Team Ito Auto here, number 30, Takumi Sato.
Driving the beautiful ZN686 from Cusco Racing. He is a runner-up of the championship, currently standing car number 771, Yoshitatsu Kaneda.
And he's out here going to try to take him down in the Awatire Japan Environmental Development Racing Team, 180SX, number 508, Takamasa Kuroi.
All right, so last but not least in the top 16 battle, driving the beautiful bright green JZX 100, Village Up, car number 6, Kei Murakami.
And wrapping us up right here at the end, he ranked 11. He's in the real fast racing, S15. Let's see how fast he's going to rip around this track. Number 310, Atsushi Hirayama. 16 beautiful cars, 16 amazing drivers. They made it all the way here to round 6, the final round of the first ever FDJ2 here in 2021.
トップ16ですね、ファイナルラウンドここまでやってきまして、昨日の熱いクオリファイの中戦って16名ここに残っていました。そして今日も熱いバトルを皆さんにお見せすること間違いなしだと思います。
But without further ado, let's get these drivers back in their cars and let's get this battle started.
なので熱いバトルの準備をみんな行ってみよう。
So while these drivers are taking off back to their pits to get ready for their battles to get started, you're going to be with me once again. Kenny Harris alongside me is going to be Robbie Nishida.
How you guys doing? And also let me go ahead and introduce to you guys our special guest judge that we have this time. Obviously we have on the end Yoichi Imamura. He's our judge throughout FDJ and FDJ2, but we also have Mr. Kazuhiko Iwata. He is the CEO, founder of FD Japan, and he is filling in as a judge today as well. さあ、実況はですね、英語実況メインになりますが、ちょいちょい日本語で、お話しさせていただきます。ラビー西田と、僕の右にいますケニー・ハリスがですね、皆さんにこの走行を届けたいと思ってます。そしてジャッジとして自分もラビー西田、もう一人のジャッジは、 陽一今村ジャッジ、いつも FDJ でもおなじみですね。そしてこちら隣にいるのが、和彦岩田ジャッジです。岩田ジャッジはですね MSC 時代から、ずっと、ジャッジをしてきまして、ここ僕らと一緒に今回 FDJ2 の、ジャッジの一員として、参加していただいているので、皆さん、僕たちは公平で、見る目が多分あると思うので、皆さん期待して見ていっていただきたいと思います。
And there you go, right there. That's the view of the judging stand where we're standing. You can see me waving. Oh, there I am, right there on camera.
Boom.
But hey, hats off. Robbie's doing some tough work here. He's speaking English. He's doing the Japanese translations for the crowd that's here. We're on the PA system, loud and proud. So, hands down to you.
Hey, you know what? I'm just doing whatever I can to make this happen because I'm having a good time. I want you guys to have a good time too. So let's go ahead and get back to looking at the track and how the track layout is. I'm going to explain to you how we're going to be judging this. それではですね、ちょっとコース紹介の方も少し、挟んでいきたいなと思っています。Now you can see this is the reverse layout of Nikko Circuit. You have the start line there on the outside of the right side. There's an outside zone 1. During the turn, you got the outside zone 2. And going from outside zone 2 to 3, it's a little bit of a long stretch, but you also have an outside zone 3 on the right side. Do a switchback, and there's an outside zone 4 right before on the left side, right before the finish line. こちら見ていただいてですね、日光サーキットの逆、走行ですね、スタートラインを、出ていただいて右側のアウトゾーン1、そしてコーナー中のアウトゾーン2、そこにできる限り長く、近く角度多い状態で前の車が走っていただいて、アウトゾーン2から3に行くところですね、ちょっと、長い部分があるんですが、そこのアウトゾーン3も、1と2同様同じような走りをして振り返した後に左側のアウトゾーン4、そちらもですねできる限り大きい角度長い間ゾーンを通っていただいてフィニッシュラインを越えていただくということです。
So yeah, a few things I want to highlight is when they get out of the chicane area, they're going to have to try to pick it up there because right away you're going to be hitting the 3-2-1 cones to outer zone 1. So I know a lot of them were kind of struggling to carry their momentum through outer zone 1 to outer zone 2, but whenever it comes to going from outer zone 2 to 3, that's going to be another challenge because it's almost like Suzuka Twin Circuit where they had to drag it all the way out, and that's what they're going to be competing on, and then they're going to hit that hard left coming into that outer zone 3, which a lot of, or not outer zone 3, outer zone 4. And that's where we've seen a lot of people spin out. So we'll see how they're going to be able to control their cars and make it through this pretty interesting and challenging course.
ちょっと短そうなんですがかなりテクニカルのコースになってましてこの、スタートゲートを出た試験ですね加速区間が結構短いのでアウトゾーン1から2に、行くところそこで気を取られていると今度アウトゾーン2から3に、行くところもちょっと、届かなくなってしまうので、その上ですねあんだけ、難関がいっぱいあるコースの中振り返した後ですね深いところにアウトゾーン4が左側にありますこれを全部つなげるのは結構至難な技なので、大変な思いをしながら多分テクニカルのコースを皆さん走っていただくようになりますが It's easy for them though because they're pros, right?
Exactly. And then also, speaking of pros, so we were talking about earlier, how many drivers are going to be going from the FDJ2 series to the actual Pro Series next year?
All right, so we got the top 10 ranking drivers from FDJ2. They're going to be eligible to get their license to go to FDJ next year. So we might see some familiar faces from FDJ2 and the FDJ rounds next year. You never know. Some people might just stay back and just stay in FDJ2. But that's not even a bad thing either because this is a really hardcore competition that we have here.
Exactly, especially since we drag them out. They have 6 rounds just like we do for the FDJ series, 6 rounds. And there's only a handful that they do special courses such as Nikko Circuit itself. But they also are getting challenged by going on the pro stage also.
FDJ2 のですねトップ10のランキングのドライバーは来年の FDJ のライセンスを、取得できるのでですねここでみんな、ベスト10入りしたいとは思っていますが、この熱いバトルを見る前に、ちょっと、コマーシャルに行ってみたいと思います。We're gonna go into the break.
Yokohama タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がるちゃんと止まる高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガード7にしよう。7 横浜やるー。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやるー。横浜やるー。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやるー。横浜やるー。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、 小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
If you're just tuning in, then you just missed out the driver's intro. You can go check that out. But we are here at Nikko Circuit for the Yokohama Presents FDJ2 final round, round 6 in the Tochigi Prefecture.
今このライブストリームを見出した方ですね、ちょうど、トップ16の選手紹介を終えたところです。ここ栃木県の日光サーキット、横浜タイヤプレゼンツ 2020FD ジャパン J2 ファイナルラウンドやってまいりました。
And right now you can see this is the pits area that they got going on. So if you've never been to Nikko Circuit, they got to set up a little bit different. They have, what is it, 32 or 36 slots for the overhang right there where they're showing. We have half the cars there and then half the cars around the other outskirts of this portion of the pits.
現在ピットの中の、ちょっとですね、映像流れてますが、日光サーキットのこのピットですね、36台分ですね、この屋根がついているピット、そして、収まりきれないドライバーたちは、その周りを囲うように、今ホットピットを設営して、準備をしているみたいですね。
And there you go. You can see the drivers, our first two battlers that are going to be going up, getting ready to go, suited up. But yeah, with a little bit of time that we have, this is a Yokohama Tire sponsored event. It's spec tires, so that's the big thing that we wanted to talk about. You've talked about it throughout the season, but it's spec tires. They're right now on Advan 8008Rs, but there's a bright future for Yokohama right now with their tires.
今回の FDJ2 はですね、横浜タイヤプレゼンツなんですが、もちろんスペックタイヤのシリーズでありまして、全員のドライバー、全てがですね、今回横浜アドバン AD08R を、起用してイーブンな、戦いでみんな同じグリップ力で、バトルを繰り広げていくみたいなんですが、実はニュースとして横浜タイヤさんのアドバン、ブランドですね、来年の2月にこの AD08R、長年愛され続けた AD08R がなんと 新型 AD09 になるという、ニュータイヤが2月に出るので皆さん楽しみに待ってください。
So yeah, Robbie didn't reveal that in English, but yeah, like he said, there's actually going to the revealing of the new tire is going to be AD09s. They're going to be distributed or actually brought into the market in February. So that's a huge thing, huge change. But it's awesome to see that this is actually, like I said, a spec tire. So these drivers are all on the same tire, you know. So that's the challenge too. So it keeps it kind of an even playing field for all drivers. All right. So yeah, so we, like you said, we have the CEO owner of Formula Drift Japan here. So how does he, you know, with the growth of Formula Drift Japan and everything, what does he see for the future of Formula Drift Japan?
現在ですね、この成長していますこのフォーミュラドリフト、今やですね CEO の、岩田さんにも来ていただいて、ジャッジをしていただいてるんですが、やっぱりこの先々そのドリフトフォーミュラドリフトジャパンのこの、将来の目標っていうのはどんなものなんでしょうか。
皆さんこんにちは。まずですね、ドリフトって日本で生まれた、若い人たちがちょっと遊んでるね感じでやってたスポーツだと思うんですけど、これを、本当の意味でのモータースポーツになんとか押し上げたいと思ってルールをきちんと作った上で、競技として開催をしていければというふうに努力をしてきております。今もねまだ発展途中なんですけれども、ともかくこのドリフトというものをですね、一般の方たちにも理解してもらって盛り上げていきたいなと。で今本当にね横浜さんを含めいろんな企業さん、大手企業さんがいろいろ応援していただいているような状況になってます。ぜひねやっぱりモータースポーツとして育成していって熟成して、そしてみんな会場でね本当にモータースポーツを楽しめるような会場作りというのもしていきたいと思ってますんで、ぜひ今後もご期待ください。
And Iwata wanted to tell you guys hello, and he said, obviously, drifting started as fun. Everybody started as fun, and everybody's been, enjoying drifting. But now they're trying to turn it more into a motorsport. And I know the following years it's starting to, and it has been. But they do have the strict rules, and they are going along the rules that they have with Formula Drift. And they want to make it actually a fun sporting event. And he understands that it's still a growing event. But he would like to see more interaction with just you guys out there who maybe don't even drift or maybe even go drifting. Just everybody. They want to include everybody, and also all the large supporters that we have, such as Yokohama Tires. Everybody's enjoying this and also wants to present it to you guys out there as a professional motorsport and a fun event to go to.
That's awesome. Yeah, like you said, family. He wants to kind of keep it together. And the big thing you said is they adopted all the rules and tech too from Formula Drift in the US. So it's pretty awesome. And then with y'all out here, I'm checking out the chat. I see y'all out there, and it's awesome to see you guys out there that view the Formula Drift in the US, and then you kind of compare and see the difference that we have and the different flair that we set out here in Formula Drift Japan. So it's definitely cool being in that the perspective of having those two dynamics in throughout the world pretty much of drifting.
そうですね、US でもフォーミュラドリフトはありますし、そのルールとかいっぱい兼用しているものがありますが、僕らは僕らでね、このフォーミュラドリフトジャパンとして、世界中の人たち、そして日本の人たちにですね、ちょっと違った、観点で、ちょっと違ったスタイルで、皆様にこの楽しいドリフトをお届けできればなと、思っているみたいなんですが。So you were talking about like the top 4 that we have, right?
Oh, for the points ranking right now. So yeah, right now in the points ranking, like I was saying before, number 1, Mao Yamanaka, he's actually sitting at 420 points. So he's 100 points, well over 100 points over the second person right now. Sitting in second place is going to be Yoshitatsu Kaneda. He's sitting at 303. Definitely would be nice to get a podium and solidify and stay in that spot. But right behind him, he has number 3, Koji Nagase, sitting at 215. Definitely in the sneakings in the move to make it up into the higher rankings, but he definitely has second place. not quite 100% unlocked because sitting right behind him is number 4, Nagaya Sumiyagi, and he's sitting in the top 16 battles here. So if he, like I said before, if he ranks himself up podiums, he can definitely bump himself up in the rankings.
今ですね、ちょっと熱い FDJ2 の、チャンピオンシップ争いが行われていますが、今回マシントラブルでちょっとリタイアになってしまった山中真央選手は、現在ちょっとポイントの、今までのポイントの集計で、チャンピオンシップが決まっている状態なんですが、ここで熱い2位争いが、繰り広げてられると思います。吉達金田選手、Koji Nagase選手、そして長安宮城選手が、ね、続いて、均等ぐらいにポイントが、離れているのかなという感じなんですが、今村ジャッジはこの、今シーズン、見てきた中のこのバトル、この、上位の選手たちも含めですね、どんな感じで、どういう気分で？
そうですね、開幕した当時っていうかね、開幕戦よりやっぱり最終ラウンドにこうやっぱドライバーがかなり成長してきてるかなっていうのはすごく感じます。その中でね、やっぱりこういかにね、やっぱりタイヤがワンメイクなんで、車のセットアップであり、ドライバーのね技量でありっていうところをやっぱりこう今までこう頼ってた部分を違うところでねこう頼る、こう勉強するという意味でやっぱりこう車のセットアップとか先ほど言いましたけどドライビングのスキルっていうのが非常に上がってきてる。やっぱその開幕戦よりやっぱり最終戦の方がやっぱりこうドライバーとしてすごく成長してるなっていうのが感じますね。
Yeah, so Imamura was repeatedly saying that the growth of the drivers, I mean, starting the FDJ2 round, this is the first year, of course, but watching the drivers grow from round 1 and now we're here at the finals. Obviously, it is Yokohama Tire Presents. It's a spec tire series. Everybody's driving on 8008Rs. So the driver's setup and also the driver's skills, tactics, all these things really, really matter within these battles in the championship. So, the biggest part he's seen and he's surprised and he's excited about is the growth of all the drivers.
And you were just talking about battles. You know what? Looks like these drivers are ready to go. We have number 84, Shota Shiba Yama, sitting at the start, ready to go in the lead position, while we're going to have number 654, Koji Kitagawa in the chase position.
いよいよスタートで柴山選手対北川選手のバトルトップ16 1戦目ご覧ください。
Here they go right here. Shibayama coming quick into outer zone 1. And let's see Kitagawa close that proximity coming up to outer zone 3 here with that long stretch coming into that 90-degree turn. Swinging around to outer zone 4. And looks like Kitagawa got left pretty much kind of kept that gap to, not gapped, but wide open proximity. So definitely interesting there.
So we can see this from the camera from up top and also from all around, like you see right there. Nice flick and entry by Shibayama. A little late from Kitagawa right there, but Shibayama didn't fill outside zone 2 as well, but it looks like Kitagawa is trying to play catch up. He has to run a smaller line and a shallower angle. 全体的にですね、今ちょっとスタートの方から北川選手が少しだけ遅れを取った感じなんですが、柴山選手もですね、アウトゾーンに完璧にアウトに行ったわけではないんですが、アウトゾーン3、4、素晴らしい、ラインを取って大きな角度で走ってます。全体的に少し、北川選手も、アングルを、ちょっと浅めにしてラインもちょっとちっちゃくしなきゃ、追いつかなかったかなというような感じです。入れ替えてどうなるか、見てみたいと思います。
Yeah, just like you were saying, Shibayama definitely had a good lead run, which, you know, the only thing is I haven't seen Kitagawa all practice struggle that much in the chase position. When he was chasing earlier, he was right up on the other guy's bumper, so not sure what happened in that whole mix.
Yeah, what happens, especially at tracks like this, is very technical. So the chase car, if they get too close or if they're too gripped up, usually have major corrections, and over half of the time that's how the chaser usually takes himself out. So you have to be really careful. You got to have the proximity and also not have to correct and straighten out, because that's it for you, because you're going to get an incomplete as a chase car.
So here we are. Kitagawa is going to be in the lead position this time, and Shibayama is going to be in the chase. We're going to be doing that cross comparison right here from the lead to lead, chase to chase, and here they are coming down the strip into the 3-2-1. Kitagawa doing a beautiful job. Looks like something's going on. Looks like there's a pylon touch, yeah. He didn't quite catch the red flag.
パイロンタッチかな、スタートでですね、フォーミュラドリフトのルールで、試験員の方を通っていくところですね、先行の車がぶっちぎっていけないように試験員が設けられています。そこにあるコーンがですね、ぶつけたり触ったりしてしまいますと1ストライク、そのストライクが3つありますと、その時点でその走行終了となってしまいますので、先行のドライバーは気をつけながらその試験員を通っていく形になります。Just explaining about the chicane rules, where obviously you have a chicane, you got to drive through with a lead car. You're not supposed to hit it, and if you do hit it, they're going to have to restart. And if you do 3 of them, it's going to be an automatic incomplete. And what happened right now is looks like Kitagawa hit one of the cones, and that's going to be a restart right there. So, yeah, I mean, there is a strobe light, and also the flaggers that are out around the track that are, trying to flag down the driver.
That's very unfortunate. Luckily, because that's the thing, it lays in line with him burning his tires up too. So, you definitely want to be cognizant and be aware of what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Because not only is it there for safety reasons, it's also there for, for the driver to make sure they're not, burning through their tires and,
Yeah, exactly. Because we're not going to give the drivers time to be able to switch their tires if they make a lap. They burn through their tires after hitting a pylon or even jumping the light. So
it looks like they're lined back up, ready to go. Once again, Kitagawa is going to be in the lead position while Shiba Yama is going to be in the chase. They had a pylon touch on their second run together, so we'll see if they can get through the chicane and make this battle happen.
Yeah, I think they just fixed one of the pylons that I think Kitagawa knocked over on outside zone 3. I think they're just done with that, so we should be ready to go. ただいまですね、パイロンタッチによる、再スタートになりますので、両者またスタートラインに戻りました。そして再スタートになります。
Here they are getting the green light, ready to go. Kitagawa, let's see how he's going to do in his lead run going against Shiba Yama, the number 1 qualifier from yesterday. And here they are coming into outer zone 1. Nice entry right there, coming into outer zone 2 there. Could have been a little deeper into outer zone 2 by Kitagawa. Let's see how he's going to clean it up here in the second portion. Beautiful job. Whoa, right there, Shiba Yama taking out both pylons in outer zone 3. It kind of had close to that same proximity that Kitagawa had, but a little bit more, better throughout the small center portion of that track.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and dissect the second run that they had after they swapped places. It looks like Kitagawa is initiating a little later than he's supposed to. He is surpassing the 3-2-1 cones. He does look like he's doing a good job as a lead car after the outside zone 2. He looks like he's a little shallow on the line at outside zone 4 as well. And like you said, it looks like the proximity isn't so different from how they were. It's just that it looks like Shiba Yama had no problem keeping the angle and mimicking what
Let's see.
Kitagawa was doing.
Yoichi Murura is going to go with Shiba Yama. Iwata's going to go with Shiba Yama. Shiba Yama is going to get the win. Shota, Shiba Yama gets the win.
今回のバトルは柴山翔太選手が勝ち上がりです。今のやっぱり、後追いと後追い、先行と先行やっぱり見比べた結果ですね。
先行もそうなんですけど、ちょっと北川選手の走りがあんまり良くなかったですよね。先行もやっぱりラインが小さかったし、ちょっと全体的に良くなかったですね、ラインがね。
Yeah, so it looks like Imamura is also agreeing. It looks like Kitagawa was run leading and chasing. His line was probably a little bit more smaller than Shibayama's. So yeah, all three of us decided to go with Shibayama this time. So congratulations to Shibayama, and good luck next time for Kitagawa and a great season for him.
So next up, you just saw on the screen, is going to be number 590, Hiroaki Kogure, going against number 86, Kenichi Takashima. So Kogure is going to be in the lead, while Takashima is going to be in the chase. Both JZX 100, both Ito Auto Service. Let's see how they're going to go here. Here he is, coming into outer zone 2 there. See if they can close that proximity gap a little bit closer. And there he is right there, coming into outer zone 3. Beautiful job right there. Can he carry it all the way through to outer zone 4 into the vision? Oh! And talk about a close call right there, coming into outer zone 4, and unfortunately, Kogure spun out right there.
ちょっと後追いの距離も空いてましたが、今のは、前の車のもう、スピンですね。Yeah, I mean, there was no contact. it looked like Takashima was struggling to stay close because he was running a shallower line throughout the whole time. But I think Kogure just got a little too. I don't know if he got overexcited or what, but at the transition, he spun out.
And we were talking about that. I was talking about that earlier when you were showing the track. That transition from outer zone 3 to outer zone 4, they have all that momentum, and a lot of them are misjudging or miscalculating and causing them to spin out there. But luckily, you know, Kogure or Takashima was actually closing his proximity to him right there, leaving outer zone 3, and luckily was able to save himself from having a bad collision.
少し間が空いていたんですが、小暮選手が先行でいいラインを走っていましたが、高島選手がちょっと小さなラインで追いかけモードに入っていたところ、外から見るとですね、あんまりわからないと思うんですが、先ほどケニーもおっしゃったんですが、ここ、3アウトゾーンを過ぎてからの振り返し、結構角度がついて、振り返しの反動が、そのコントロールがちょっと難しい部分なので、そこでちょっと小暮選手、スピン状態になってしまったっていうのはとても残念なんですが、これで入れ替えてどうなるか見てみたいと思います。Yeah, man, just exactly what you're saying earlier about that transition there. After the outside zone 3, you have to run it with a deep angle. And I was fortunate to be able to drive this on the practice day with a different car. But I've noticed too, after I made the first lap, after outside zone 3, if you keep that momentum going, you're not going to make it out to the outside zone 4 because you're basically taking a totally different line where you have to throw more angle to use the angle to slow down. And when you throw a lot of angle, that's a lot of momentum that you're pressuring to fling back. It's like a spring, yeah.
It's almost like a slingshot. So you're slinging yourself back to hit that outer zone the other direction. So looks like they're lined back up and ready to go. Takashima's going to be in the lead this time, while Kogure is going to be in the chase position. Kogure is driving the Cresta while Takashima's in the chaser. And here they are coming through the chicane into the 3-2-1, initiating outer zone 1 right there. Not a bad job right there in proximity, but looks like Takashima's doing a pretty good job in the lead run, filling that nice zone right there, just tapping the pylons, coming around to outer zone 3-4 here, swinging into the finish, and beautiful job by Takashima in the lead position. And Kogure definitely kept nice proximity throughout that course.
Yeah, I know Kogure had to do everything because he was sitting on an incomplete the one run before this. So it looks like Takashima did a good job filling the outside zones throughout the track. And Kogure, there was a little bit of a struggle coming from outside zone 2 to 3, trying to keep the proximity. There was a little bit of a bobble, but he did have to cheat the line a little bit at outside zone 4, but definitely was a fairly good chase run. But to overturn the incomplete is going to be very, very hard.
So let's see what Yoichi Momura is going to go. He's going to go left with Takashima. Iwata is going to go left with Takashima. And Robbie Nishida is going to go left. So Kenichi Takashima gets the win.
トップ16、2個目のバトル。小暮選手対高島選手。結果は高島選手の勝ち上がりです。おめでとうございます。小暮選手もですね、1本目のちょっと痛いスピンがあったので、できる限り後ろ近くでついていこうとしていたんですが、前を走る高島選手もかなりいいラインでですね、アウトを攻めていたので、今回は高島選手に軍配が上がる結果となりました。Yeah, so that I mean that's a pretty good battle. The second run, obviously, the one that's not the incomplete. So good luck to Takashima for the next battle, and great job to Kogure for a great season.
So next up at the line is going to be number 212, Ryutaro Oe going against Nagaya Sumiyagi. So here they are right here. Oe in the S14 while Miyagi in the 8-6. It looks like Miyagi's falling a little behind from the jump, but maybe it's a strategy that he's trying to play to catch that proximity closer here from outer zone 2 to 3. But I don't know, it looks like he's dialing in a little bit more on Oe, and Oe's just doing an amazing job in the lead position, filling all zones. And there you go right there, Miyagi catching him right at the end.
Yeah, it looks like Miyagi was catching up, but I think he gave him a little bit too much room on the start because, number one, Oe did run a smaller line at outside zone 2. Look at right here. If you could see, the car is not too close to the outside cones. And on top of that, it looks like Miyagi had to also run a smaller line through outside zone 3 to play catch-up. And he finally caught up right there at the transition outside zone 4, but he is running a slightly shallower angle as well. So this is going to be all on how it's going to be after they switch places.
Yeah, that's the big thing is I don't know if Miyagi was kind of letting him go because he thought there was a huge power difference between the vehicles because Miyagi's got a pretty intense 2J underneath that hood.
ここでですねちょっとパワー差があるので宮城選手も少しストレートで、離してしまったところがあるんですが、大江選手もアウトゾーン2で、ゾーンをアウトまで取り切れなかった部分がありますが、アウトゾーン3もですねきっちり、ゾーンを取って宮城選手がその点アウトゾーン3のところで、ラインをちっちゃくして追いかけモードにならないといけない形になっていたので、アウトゾーン4、付近でですねようやく、追いついた形になりますが、入れ替えた、この走りが全ての決め手になると思うので期待しましょう。
So let's see how this is going to go. Miyagi's going to be in the lead position this time, while Oe is going to be in the chase. Oe is definitely going to have to keep that proximity close and tight throughout this course, and Miyagi's going to have to throw down the closest 100-point run he can in the lead.
Yeah, you know what you have to do if if you think there is no advantage or disadvantage, because we do compare lead to lead, chase to chase. But if you think that, you're going to have to do a 100-point run for sure.
Here they are coming up to the 3-2-1. Miyagi initiating, coming in outer zone 1, swinging around to outer zone 2 there. Not quite all the way deep into outer zone 2. Let's see how he's going to fill outer zone 3 and 4. Oe right there, keeping that proximity all the way through, pretty balanced. Oh, definitely diving in right there to the finish. And wasn't quite able to drag it all the way out to the outer zone 4 for Oe. So that's a tough call right there between the two. They both had their fair share of mistakes, and they had their key points too.
Yeah, so it looks like it looks very similar by both of the drivers for what they did. Both of the drivers and the lead drivers filled the zones from 3 and 4. It looks like Oe had to cut in a lot more to catch up to Miyagi as a lead driver too.
At the same time, though, Miyagi could have been a little deeper in that zone for outer zone 4. So I'm not sure.
And
if he
also
had
1
too.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he was doing. Oe was trying to adjust himself to what he was seeing in front of him in the lead position.
ちょっとこの入れ替えた走行もですね、なぜか先行の車両、大江選手が、宮城選手と同じような、感じでアウトゾーンにもちょっとミスっていましたが、さあ
We got a one more time by Yoichi Murmuro, one more time by Iwata. So it looks like we're going to get a one more time battle between these two.
さあジャッジ3名ワンモアタイムです。なのでもう一回このバトル最初から走ってもらいましょう。
So they'll get their one more time battle here shortly. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the last battle on the left side of the bracket. It's going to go against number 130, Hiroya Minoa, going against number 10, Ryu Okabe. Both JZX 100s, both Mark IIs. This is going to be an interesting battle here.
さあ左側最後のバトル、箕輪宏也選手対岡部亮選手、両者とも JZX100。
Here they are coming through the chicane, coming up to the 3-2-1. Minoa in the lead right here. Initiating, coming into outer zone 2. Nice drop into outer zone 2. See if he can fill all of outer zone 3 here with a nice flick there. And Okabe trying to close that proximity on Minoa. And Minoa just taking it all the way through, full throttle into the finish. Beautiful job by Minoa. And a nice chase by Okabe. Definitely could close that proximity, but that's gonna, that left a little bit for Minoa to get on his chase.
Yeah, but it was crazy because it looked like Okabe was trying to play catch up, but Minoa looks like he is running the outside line, running enough angle. Gets a little shallow from outside zone 2 to 3, but right there, gains hit back his angle, then does the switchback, fills both of the zones, and throughout the run, Okabe looked like he was trying to run a shallower line to play catch-up. So it's going to be interesting what's going to happen when they swap places. 現在の最初の走りですね、箕輪選手、きっちりアウトのラインを取っていまして、2から3、アウトゾーン2から3に行くところですね、どうしてもちょっと角度が浅くなってしまうなという形なんですが、アウトゾーン3からその後きっちり角度をつけて振り返して、今回、先行の走行を終了させました。終始岡部選手もちょっと後ろで、近いところを走ろうとしているところがありましたが、ちょっと苦戦をしていたみたいなので、今度、岡部選手が前を走った時にどういう走りをするか期待です。
So we'll see how Okabe is going to do in the lead position while Minoa is going to be in the chase. It just blows my mind. 12 years old. At 12 years old,
what were you guys doing when you were 12?
I think I was still playing with Hot Wheels.
Exactly. Tell us what you guys are doing when you're 12, please. It wasn't driving 800 horsepower race cars.
And here he is. He's going to be in the chase position while Okabe is coming up to the 3-2-1 right now, initiating. Nice job into outer zone 1. Let's see if he can carry it all the way through. Beautiful job into outer zone 2. Is he going to be able to? Oh, dipping a little bit there from going into outer zone 3. But look at Minoa keeping that close proximity. Ooh, almost too much there for him. But man, the driving skills that you're seeing right now.
Wow. All I have to say is wow. Both of the drivers, a good lead. The only time a good chase happens is when there's a good lead.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I know the fans out there. How does it feel when you take your parents' keys and you go joyriding in their car? You get a little nervous at times. You see what he just did in his mom's car right there?
Yep, he did.
He just drove it like he stole it.
He drove it like he stole it. Yeah, so there was a tire dip. There's a lot of tire dipping from Okabe. There's a lot of things going on right now, so let's go ahead and go back to the judging. 今の入れ替えですね、近い距離といえば、箕輪選手、岡部選手を捉えて離さないような走り、そして振り返しのところでですね、あわよくば接触するんじゃないかっていうぐらい近くになりました。さあ、
So, Yoshimura going with Minoa, Iwata going with Minoa, and Nishida going to Minoa. So, Hiroya Minoa gets the win and moving on to the Grade 8.
ここで岡部選手と箕輪選手の対決、若干12歳の箕輪博也選手が勝ち上がり、ベスト8に進出です。岡部選手も素晴らしいシーズンを終えて、今回残念ながらベスト16で敗退となりました。先行の車両としてですね、アウトゾーン2から3に行くところもですね、岡部選手ちょっとタイヤも出てしまいましたし、でも先行としてはかなり、そこの部分以外はかなりいい走りをしていたと思いますので、これから先も期待して、見ていきたいと思います。Yeah, I mean, I saw the tire dip there as a lead car. There's a couple of things that happened on track, but I'd have to say I think Okabe ended up having a good FDJ2 season. So looking forward to great stuff for him.
Yes, for sure. And looks like at the line right now, you got Koji Nagase. He's already ready to go. And you know what I got to say? I talked to him last round at Suzuka Twin, and he was like, hey, Nikko's like my home course. Actually, it's a home course for a lot of these drivers.
And look at this. This is his home course, and he is here. Qualified second, and he was supposed to go against the ranking #1, the champion of the FDJ2 for the first round, but guess what happened to Yamanaka's car?
Drivetrain issues. It was pretty bad. They showed us the picture of the intense damage that it had, but he sustained damage during his second qualifier run, leaving outer zone 3, getting to outer zone 4. He had to shut down and something wasn't right, and when they took it back to the shop, they diagnosed that they had some severe damage where they couldn't repair it in time.
今回ラインにいる、永瀬選手もですね、日光ホームサーキットなのでなんとかここで、いい成績を収めたいということでしたが、なんとですね、今回 FDJ2 シリーズランキングトップの山中真央選手の、乗る、マシンがですね、昨日の、走行終了後にですね、トラブルを抱えてリタイアとなってしまったので、永瀬選手バイランですね、ここでですね、ルールとしてはフォーミュラドリフトジャパン、J2 もですね、一つの車がリタイアしたからといってそのまま勝ち進むのではなく、もう片方の、対戦相手の車もちゃんと自力でコースを走れるということを証明するためにこのバイランがありますので、今回バイランの内容はあまり関係ないんですが、永瀬浩二選手が、ベスト8に進出するためにはこのバイランを走らなきゃいけないということですね。
So the biggest take that Robbie pretty much said is, with the buy run, it's just not a freebie. They still got to show that their car is capable of doing the run. So they have to do a run to show that everything's good and they're ready to go to the next battle.
Exactly. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to start speaking in Japanese, and Kenny's going to translate that to English.
I can only translate so much.
So I'll be using the very easier words.
Yeah, let's not get carried away there. So there you go. Koji Nagase is going to be moving on to the Grade 8. Very unfortunate, but Yamanaka wasn't able to do his run there. But hey, congratulations. He won the first ever FDJ2.
Exactly. He, obviously everybody's a rookie here, but now he's going to be moving on to the FDJ series next year, which is a step up for him, where he's going to be battling out with a lot of different drivers as well at different kinds of tracks. Now let's go ahead and see the next battle that is coming up. The second battle on the top right. The right side bracket of the top 16. It's going to be car number 220, driving the R33 Skyline, Shinichi Ishizuka versus the white JZX 100, car number 30, Takumi Sato.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And we talked about it earlier. This R33 is very interesting because it's almost like you could street it too.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very simple build.
It is very simple, but man, it rips hard too. So we'll see how he's going to do in the lead position going against Sato.
今回唯一のスカイラインを狩る石塚選手対白い JZX チェイサーの佐藤選手の1本目です。
Here they are coming into outer zone 2 here. Ishizuka doing a good job right there filling outer zone 2, but let's see how Sato's going to do. Looks like he had a little bit of trouble leaving outer zone 2 to 3, and here he is coming up to outer zone 4, and beautiful lead job right there, and Sato keeping that decent proximity to Ishizuka.
Yeah, that was a pretty clean run by both of the drivers right here. Let's go ahead and check out the replay once. I mean, I'm not going to say, you know, who has an advantage or not, because you never know what's going to happen until you do the second run. But it looks like the lead car, Ishizuka, is doing a good job filling the zones. He had to shadow up a little bit to get to the outside zone 3. But the proximity doesn't get any tighter by Sato, but he does keep the pressure on Ishizuka. 石塚選手もですね、先行でなかなかの走り、その後ろを佐藤選手がですね、すごく近く寄ることもないんですが、ずっと、コース上プレッシャーをかけ続けているという形ですね。ちょっと石塚選手がアウトゾーン2から3に行くところ、少し角度を浅くしなきゃいけない部分があったんですが、お互いいい走りができたと思うので、入れ替えたところでどうなるか見てみましょう。
Yeah, we'll see here. So like you said before, Sato is going to be now taking over the lead while Ishizuka is going to be in the chase, and see if Ishizuka could kind of clean up and close that proximity a little bit more than Sato did. But like you said, overall, there wasn't too crazy, anything crazy going on where, you know, it was a red flag pretty much.
Yeah, and Iwata just brought up to me right now too, the Sato had to shallow up a lot as well. And I know Ishizuka had to shallow up, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to mimic the lead driver, so you're going to have to stay on the same line, same angle throughout the track.
So it looks like they're ready to go. Sato's going to be in the lead this time. Ishizuka's going to be in the chase.
さあ入れ替えて、今度は佐藤選手先行、石塚選手が後追いです。
Here they are coming through the chicane, coming up to 3-2-1. Sato initiating right there, coming into outer zone 2. Not too bad, beautiful job into outer zone 2. Let's see if Ishizuka can close this proximity here in the second half of the course. And Sato just taking out both pylons, coming into outer zone 4 here. Real deep into outer zone 4 and flying through this finish right in front of us.
All right, just as I was explaining about the shallowing up part, it looked like Ishizuka almost did something very similar to what Sato did as a chase car. Right here, when you see Sato coming around, fills the outside zone 1. Oh, I'm sorry, outside zone 2. It looks like Sato has to dip tires out over there too. But as you can see, when he was going through outside zone 2 to 3, Ishizuka looked like had to shallow up a little bit as well. Let's go ahead and dissect this. We're going to go ahead and look at the battle again to see who is going to be moving on. まあなかなかちょっと、お互い同じようなミスがあったかなという形で、終えました。石塚選手もですね、後追いをしているところ、アウトゾーン2から3、結構浅くならなきゃいけない部分、まあ、佐藤選手と同じだったんですが、どちらに軍配が上がるか。
Yoichi Murmura is going to one more time. Iwata is going to go one more time. Looks like we're going to have another one more time battle.
ちょっとお互いのミスが、まあイーブンかなという形でしたね。
お互いちょっと後ろでの走りがあんまり良くなかったですね。先行では取れてたと思うんですけど、お互いにちょっとそこのミスがもったいなかったなと思います。
2台とも2アウトゾーンから3に向かうところでちょっとね戻りがすごく浅くなっちゃうんだね。
なんとなく3奪に近い浅いというかね、戻りがあるんで、まあそこはねお互いに気をつけた方がいいかなと思います。
Yeah, so it looks like the battle was close enough, but not because they were both the best runs. Both of the chase cars were making the mistakes going from outside zone 2 to 3, where they had to shallow up a lot to keep up and to keep the proximity. And we're not going to say they're both incomplete, but they're bad enough to the point where both of the lead runs weren't so bad, but the chase runs, we're going to have to, see that battle one more time.
But speaking of battle, we're going to go ahead and go back to the left side of the bracket for our first one more time battle that got pushed out, which is going to be against Ryutaro Oe going against Nagaya Sumiyagi.
さあ先ほど最初にワンモアタイムになったこの2人のバトル、大江龍太郎選手ゼッケン212、そして宮城長安選手ゼッケン12の対決になります。
So Oe's in the S14 while you have Miyagi in the 86. We'll see how these two battle it out here, see who's going to make that, that mistake that's going to be defined by these judges.
大江選手が黒とグリーンの S14 シルビア、そして宮城選手はトヨタ86。さあどんなバトルになるか。
Here they are, looks like
pylon
touch or something.
再スタートですね。
Yeah, it looks like it was a pylon touch there. But you can see right there, this time Miyagi's not messing around. He kind of learned from what he did last run, and he's right there on that guy's fender.
今ですね、パイロンタッチのスタート、ちょっといいスタートを切れたみたいなんですが、さっき、犯した過ちというか、さっきちょっとストレートで離してしまった宮城選手、今回は大江選手の後ろビタビタでスタートしていきましたね。Yeah, so that's what's cool about, having spotters and being able to watch the live stream again, and also, battling it out. If you have it one more time, you can actually go back and see your old batter and just battle and pretty much, learn from it. Yeah,
learn from what your mistakes. That's the thing, like you said, key thing, spotter. Having a good spotter out here, telling you where your mistakes were or where you can improve at. But here they are, ready to go. Get through this chicane here. Oe's in the lead. Miyagi is going to be in the chase here. Coming up to this 3-2-1. Miyagi's right there, closing that proximity. A little bit more coming into outer zone 2 here. Taking a shallow line by Miyagi. Let's see if he's going to be able to fill it a little bit more coming into outer zone 3 to outer zone 4. He's keeping that close proximity and sacrificing a little bit, and Oe's just trying to give him everything he's got.
今回さっきと打って変わって、先行、いい走り、そして後追いで結構近いところを通っていたみたいなんですが、リプレイを、ちょっと見てみましょう。It looks like Oe is doing a better job than earlier as a lead car, and like you're saying, Miyagi looks like he's giving more chase. He does have to cheat the line. His line is a little bit smaller to keep the proximity, but yes, there's three things we're looking at: proximity, line, and angle. And if you're going to have to sacrifice one of them to get the other, you know what? As long as you could pull it off, and as long as the car behind you doesn't do it after you switch places, it's all right.
And I'm going to, here's a little bit of the backstory too, that this is a very huge tandem battle for Oe, because Oe needs this. He needs this because he's currently sitting at 11th.
Oh wow, I did not notice.
And overall,
Yeah.
So he needs to move on into the brackets. He needs to get as many points as he can to get into the top 10. Because what were you saying earlier about the top 10?
They get the FDJ license.
Exactly. So this is vital to him. So he needs to perform as well as he can and make things happen. He's going to be in the chase position this time, while Miyagi is going to be in the lead. And like I said before, Miyagi, he's actually sitting pretty nice. He's in the 4th position. So.
大江選手の先行、なかなかいい走りですが、ちょっと宮城選手ちょっとちっちゃかったかなという形ですが、さあ、入れ替えてどんな走りになるか見たいと思います。
Here they are. Miyagi's in the lead right here. Beautiful job coming into outer zone 1, swinging around to outer zone 2 here. It looks like Oe's keeping that proximity pretty even all the way through, coming into outer zone 3, transitioning through to outer zone 4 here. Not bad at all. Look at that. Here's where he's going to dive in and try to close out a little bit more. And overall, I mean, that was about the same run that we just saw. So,
yeah,
tough call for the judges.
Now, what we're going to have to see is we're going to have to look into how well Oe gave chase and his line when he was giving chase. Let's go ahead and check this out right here. Miyagi, right there, kind of darts out of outside zone 2. But it looks like Oe is actually on the same line and the same angle as Miyagi. Miyagi also misses the outside zone 4 area too. So. さあ今の走りですね、ちょっと似てる部分があるかなと思いましたが、大江選手が後ろで、同じライン、アウトのラインを、宮城選手の後ろで通れたっていう部分がちょっと大きいかもしれないですね。今回、先行で走っている宮城選手もアウトゾーン4もちょっとラインがちっちゃかったかなっていう部分がありました。
Both judges right there, Oe going all the way to the right. Sorry, I got kind of cut off there, but beautiful job. Ryutaro Oe, like I said, he needed it, and he is getting the win.
今回のバトル、宮城選手対大江選手、大江選手が勝ち取りました。ここで宮城選手、残念ながらワンモアタイムの末、ここで敗退となりました。さあ、この若手のドライバーである大江選手がここで宮城選手を倒し、 ベスト8のバトルですね。左側のブラケット、最初は柴山選手対高島選手、そして2個目のバトルが大江選手と箕輪選手ということになりますね。So the first battle of the top 8 is going to be Shibayama versus Takashima. Second one's going to be Oe and Minoa, the young battle. So let's see who's going to fill in the rest of the top 8, or I'm sorry, the grade 8 spots here on.
But before we get that, we're not going to move on to our other one more time. We're going to move on in the bracket, and it's going to be Yoshitatsu Kaneda going against Takamasu Kuroi.
さあ、ワンモアタイムのバトルはまだ、ちょっと先に伸ばします。ここで、現在シリーズランキング2位の金田義達選手、カーナンバー771対黒井高松選手、カーナンバー508の対決です。
Here they are coming through the chicane, like he said before. He's sitting in second place, Kaneda, and here he is coming into outer zone 2 here. Not quite getting into outer zone 2. Not sure where he adjusted himself, but here he is taking out the pylons into outer zone 3, coming into outer zone 4, and Kuroi doing a pretty good job keeping a decent proximity, but definitely could have closed it a little bit more.
さあ、金田選手の先行。The lead run from Kaneda, it looks like he does totally miss outside zone 1, but the rest of the area looks good. And like you're saying, Kuroi was trying to keep proximity. It doesn't look like he gets any closer, but it doesn't look like he's getting left behind either. He does have to shallow up behind Kaneda, going from outside zone 2 to 3 and towards the finish line. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen when they switch places. 金田選手、アウトゾーン2の方ですね、ちょっとアウトの、行ききれなかった部分がありますが、その他は、いいアングル、そしてアウトのゾーンまで、ちゃんと埋めて走れたと思います。それに対して黒井選手、後ろで離されず、近づかずの状態でしたが、ちょっとアウトゾーン2から3、そしてフィニッシュライン付近でですね、ちょっと浅めにならなきゃいけなかったかなという部分がありましたが、入れ替えたところでお互いどんな走りになるのか見てみたいと思います。
So yeah, that's definitely the thing right there. You were just talking about Kuroi. He kind of had to make an adjustment leaving outer zone 2, and I'm not sure if it's because whenever he got to outer zone 2 with Kaneda was so shallow he had to adjust his, what he was used to during practice. Because like you always say, a good lead run is going to have a good chase.
Exactly. 最高の先行の走りに対して最高の後追いの走りがあるのでですね、どちらもすごく大切で、近ければいいってもんじゃないんでね、前の車も正々堂々とアウトラインを通って、後追いの車もそれにどれだけ近づけるか、同じラインで同じ角度見てみたいと思います。
Here we are, Kuroi's going to be in the lead this time. Looks like we got a pylon touch, or it was another pylon touch. Got a confirmation there. So yes, Kuroi's going to be in the lead this time. Kaneda's going to be in the chase position.
ちょっとパイロンタッチがまたありました。ちょっとですね、ここ日光サーキットの試験が、いつもの、コースとはちょっとだけ、試験の作りが狭めなんですが、狭い。
So
狭めですね。
Round 5, Kaneda took second. And one thing I highlighted that I remembered when he said in his interview, he says even though he's not going to win first overall in the series, he's still going to come out and he's going to podium. He says, I'm out to take this last round. So we'll see how he's going to perform here in the chase position.
ラウンド5で金田選手が言ったこと、2位で、ポディアム、表彰台取れましたが、ここでシリーズはもう取れなくなってしまいましたが、最終戦はですね、やっぱり勝利、して終わらせたいということを語っていたそうです。
Here we are right now, Kuroi in the lead, Kaneda in the chase position.
またパイロンタッチかな。
I don't know if they're trying to psych each other out or what.
Yeah, that's the second one. You got to watch out for the third one because you're going to get an incomplete. さあ、今のでパイロンタッチ2つ目ですね。ここで気をつけないと黒井選手、3つ目になってしまいますと、もうここでその走行終了となってしまいますので、ドライバーの皆さん落ち着いて、スタートしていただきたいと思います。
I know nerves kick in and everything, but give us your first-person experience with that, going through the chicane.
I don't think I've ever hit the cones.
Oh, you hear that crowd? You should go tap into his old video.
No, I don't think I've ever had a restart. I don't remember or recall because I kind of cruised through the chicane because it's not a race to get somewhere faster. You're just leaving, and the chase car is going to have to chase you no matter what. So it doesn't mean that just because you leave faster, it doesn't mean that you get an advantage. The chase car doesn't have to drive through the chicane. All our cars are usually fast enough, so they're going to catch up to you anyway. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like you said, it's not a drag race. So here they are. Let's see if they can get through. Kuroi in the lead this time. Kaneda coming up, trying to get him closest proximity here in the outer zone 2. Kuroi doing a pretty good job filling that zone, coming into outer zone 3, dipping a few tires there. Coming up, beautiful job in outer zone 3, and look at that right there. Kaneda keeping that close proximity to him all the way to the finish, and oh, is he almost lost it there right at the finish, but was able to hold on.
It looked like there was almost contact or something right there, but it looks like both of the cars were okay through that. So we're not going to worry about that right now, but let's go ahead and check out the replay. I saw a couple of things as I was watching this. Right here, looks like Kuroi is doing a great job as a lead car, but from here, right here, he dips a little bit too many tires off. Boom, has to straighten out. To reinitiate, basically going to the outside zone 3, and that's going to be really big. On top of that, it looks like Kaneda is putting a lot of pressure on Kuroi throughout the track.
Yeah, and it looks like there was a little love tap there at the end.
今の走り、ちょっと黒井選手、先行アウトゾーン2、すごく良かったんですが、アウトゾーン2から3に行く途中ですね、ちょっとタイヤ、いっぱいコースの外を通っていった後に少し、ハンドルの修正をして、一回車が戻るような動作になってしまったところ、金田選手はですね、終始近いところで同じライン、同じ角度で後を追っていました。最後のちょっと当たったのかなという部分があったんですが、
Imamura is going to go with Kaneda, Iwata is going to go with Kaneda, so it looks like Yoshitatsu Kaneda is going to get the win and move on to the Grade 8.
なので今回、吉達金田吉達選手、カーナンバー771の勝ち上がりです。おめでとうございます。黒井高政選手、大健闘でしたね。今回残念ながらベスト16敗退となりましたが、次回、FDJ2 に出ていただくところ、期待したいと思います。なので金田選手、勝ち上がり。
There you are. Looks like we're going back up to our other one more time battle.
One time.
There you go. It's going to be against Ishizuka and Sato here. Looks like they're ready to go, lined up, and ready to make things happen.
さあ、先ほどのワンモアタイムのバトル、石塚選手対佐藤選手の1本、今ですね、準備が整ったみたいなので、次はこの戦いをご覧ください。
So here they are. Ishizuka's in the R33 while Sato's in the JCS. Coming through the chicane here.
石塚選手がスカイライン、佐藤選手が JZX100。
Here they are coming into outer zone 2. Beautiful job by Ishizuka in outer zone 2. Oh, is he going to be able to carry it all the way through to outer zone 3? Nice job, nice proximity by Sato. And man, this is why they're doing a one more time battle right here. Beautiful driving by both drivers.
Yeah, the lead run right now, Ishizuka, pretty much similar to what he was doing earlier, but he had to shallow up going from outside zone 2 to 3, but I think he did a good job filling all the zones. And right there, looks like Sato had to run a smaller line just to keep up with them, and similar mistake that he did earlier when he was behind Ishizuka, but it doesn't look like he was able to gain the proximity in between the cars. 石塚選手、また先行で、アウトゾーンを舐めるような走り、また先ほどと同じアウトゾーン2から3に行くところ、少しやっぱり浅めにならなきゃいけない部分がありましたが、さっきとちょっと同じような感じかなっていうぐらい、佐藤選手も後ろで、浅めになる部分、あとはアウトゾーン2のところですね、ちょっと小さなラインで、後追いモードになる形になりましたので、終始その後、近寄ることもなく、遠くなることもなく、走っていたので、次の入れ替えしたバトル、どんなになるか見てみたいと思います。
So it looks like they're driving around, getting up to the start gate. So this time it's going to be Ishizuka in the chase position. Here shortly coming up is going to be Sato in the lead.
さあ入れ替えたところ、佐藤選手が今回、入れ替えてからは先行、後追いが石塚選手となります。
Looks like they're ready to go. Sato right now sitting in 6th overall in points. So let's see where he's going to take himself here, coming up to the 3-2-1 in the lead position. But looks like we have another pylon touch.
Who's going to be the first one to make that pylon touch t-shirt? I'm telling you, happens so much.
I'm surprised nobody's talked about it.
Yeah. Maybe nobody cares. we're like talking about it all the time. Everybody's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
We don't want to
exactly.
hear it anymore. Yeah.
We get the point. There's a pylon touch. So there they are, swinging it back around. Let's see if they can get through and make this battle happen. Sato is now in the lead. He already did his chase run. Ishizuka is going to be in the chase this time.
さあパイロンタッチが起こりました。そこで再戦もう一回、スタートラインに戻っていただいて、今度はクリーンなスタートができるか両者。
Here they are going through the chicane this time. Looks like they didn't make it again.
さあ今度は右側のパイロンを倒す、ように佐藤選手当ててしまいましたので、緊張からなのか何なのかちょっと、ドライバーの皆さんに一呼吸していただいて、いきたいですね。佐藤選手もう後がないです。もう一回になったらこの走行終了となってしまいますので。
You know, they're just, highlighting, giving respect to
No,
the
you know what?
pylons.
They're giving us more time to talk. So, hey, let's talk about FDJ2. If you've never seen FDJ2, this is the feeder series for the Formula Drift Japan series. It's just like the Formula Drift Prospect in the USA.
And this is the first year of doing it. So that's the biggest thing. This is the opening year. So this is pretty impressive that we got this far, got to see the transition. But what I like is there's a few courses that we're doing different that you haven't quite seen out there. And you've heard of it, but you haven't seen it.
Like where we're at right now. We've never done live stream from Nikko. We've done MSC events, which is the feeder series of the FDJ2. But here we go. Clean start right there. Let's go.
Clean start. Here we are. Sato's in the lead. Ishizuka in the chase right here, coming around into outer zone 2. Beautiful job by Sato there, filling all of outer zone 2, coming around to outer zone 3 and taking out both pylons, dipping maybe a tire or so coming out there, swinging back around, nice kick into outer zone 4, and Ishizuka keeping that steady pressure on him with about the same balance proximity that Sato was doing on him.
Yeah, this is going to be a very hard one again. This is obviously a one more time battle by both of the drivers, but there are similar mistakes that they are making from each other. We're going to have to go ahead and dissect this.
Yeah, definitely a tough call for these judges. And they had their fair share of mistakes. Their proximity was similar to one another.
I think we're going to go ahead and check out the other replay, which was the first run from this battle.
Here they go. This is Sato in the lead. Oh, their pylon touch replay. I believe this is the replay for it coming up right here. Oh, here it is. Ishizuka's in his lead position. Beautiful job filling all of outer zone 1 there. Sato had to take a shorter line. And Ishizuka able to fill all zones fairly well all the way through his lead run. Now let's see how Sato did on his. They're going to show the replay for Sato's lead run. At the end of the day, it's a lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase, cross-comparison. That's where they kind of dictate on where the findings are between the two runs. So it's very important that the drivers do both good on their lead run and on their chase run, because anything can happen at the end of the day. We've seen so many upsets due to someone coming into their chase run and trying to make things happen, and then they made a huge mistake that cost them the win.
So what I was looking right here as a chase car, Sato, the big portion of it, I'm trying to find out from the replay, but yeah, there's an area where it looked like he had a huge correction, and that might hurt him as well. So we're gonna have to go ahead and check out the replay one more time.
So we'll see here. Once again, this is Ishizuka's lead. And the judges are still dissecting it and seeing that difference that they're looking for. But this is, if you're just tuning in, this is our one more time battle on the right side of our bracket. We still got one more battle to finish us off, getting us to the grade 8. And we'll see, and they're definitely making it hard, and there is a reason why this was a one more time battle. So who is gonna get it between the two? Is it gonna be Shinichi Ishizuka in the R33, or is it gonna be Takumi Sato in the JZX100 Chaser?
All right, so I think we have a verdict, but it was more of like who made the bigger mistake, pretty much.
So Yoichi Imamura is going to go right to Ishizuka. Iwata going right to Ishizuka. So it looks like Shinichi Ishizuka gets the win and moving on to the Grade 8.
今回のバトル、石塚真一選手が勝ち上がり、佐藤匠選手、ベスト16で敗退となりました。ちょっと今回の要因はですね、石塚選手と佐藤選手、ちょっと同じようなミスを、アウト2から3の間、やっていましたが、どっちの方が大きかったかっていうのをちょっと探るような、形になってしまったと思いますが、今回残念ながら佐藤選手、ここで敗退ですが、佐藤選手も FDJ2、もちろん初めてやるシリーズにですね、大健闘したと思います。
And right there you just saw on the screen is going to be our final battle. It's going to be against number 6. Kei Murakami going against number 310 Atsushi Hirayama. And what Robbie said pretty much before was the huge difference was how much they dipped from outer zone 2 to 3. So that's the biggest thing that you got to look at if you go back on the replay. But here they are.
さあベスト16最初のバトル、最後のバトル、村上選手対平山選手です。
Here they are coming into outer zone 2, leaving outer zone 2, coming up to outer zone 3. It looks like Hirayama's keeping that about that same proximity everybody's been doing all round here, and there you are, Murakami finishing and making a huge correction right there at that finish, and they have to go all the way through to a drift, so definitely gonna have to see that replay and see how that finished.
Yeah, you're gonna have to finish the track, so let's go ahead and check out the replay. 今のちょっとフィニッシュが怪しいかなっていうところでリプレイを見なきゃいけないんですが、もちろんコース上フィニッシュを越えるまでちゃんとドリフトしなきゃいけないのと、フィニッシュを越えながらスピンをするのもダメなんでね。これ微妙だな。That looks really close. I'm gonna have to go ahead and check that one more time. But as a lead car, you're gonna have to run a chaseable lead run, and basically when you stop drifting, you're not giving any room for the lead car. I'm sorry, the chase car to lead chase car to chase the lead run.
But that's the thing, you know, like we talked about early, anything can happen because now you got Hirayama. He's gonna be in his lead run. And it all takes is just one mistake. That's all it takes. So we'll see how he's going to perform in the lead position while Murakami's going to be in his chase. Swinging around, getting ready to go, coming up to the start line or start gate. But yeah, that's very crucial right there what Murakami did in that finish. Coming up to the finish right there.
Yeah, and I'd have to say it looks like Murakami was doing a good job up until then too, and it looked like Hirayama was having a hard time keeping up as well. So now we're going to have to see what's going to happen when they switch places. さっきのバトル、今の最初の走行、村上選手先行でかなりいい走りをしていたなと思ったんですが、最後でちょっと、失敗をした形で、平山選手も後追い頑張っていたんですが、今回先行でどうなるか。
Here they are coming around to outer zone 2. Hirayama doing a not bad. Ooh! Looks like Murakami struggled there, coming around to outer zone 3, swinging back around to outer zone 4, and can they carry through? And look, once again, Murakami had a little bit of struggle leaving outer zone 4 there, so not sure what's going on.
It was a combination of things happening right now, lead and chase, but I know Hirayama's chase run wasn't as good as it was supposed to be, but he is not making major mistakes throughout the track. But looking at Murakami when he's in the chase, going from outside zone 1 to 2, and right over here to where the outside zone 4 is, it looks like he had to correct a little bit. And also, you know, not crossing the finish line is going to actually hurt him as well.
Yeah. And you were saying, but Hirayama definitely had those zones. He filled the zones pretty well all the way through for his lead run, but we'll see here. Yoichi Imamura is going to go left with Hirayama. Iwata is going to go left with Hirayama, and Robbie Nishida is going to go left with Hirayama. So Atsushi Hirayama gets the win and moves on to the Grade 8.
今回のバトル、平山敦選手、勝ち上がりとなりました。村上慶選手も大健闘だったんですが、最初の先行での走り、そして後追いでの少しした、ミスが、いろいろ重なった結果、今回、平山選手が勝ち上がることになりました。しかし FDJ2 初年度ですね、この村上慶選手大健闘という形で、シーズンを終えたと思いますので、両者この先が楽しみです。
And that was our last battle for the top 16. Before we move on to the Grade 8, check out these commercials.
横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final round, round 6 of the Yokohama Presents FDJ2 series here at the Nikko Circuit in the Tochigi Prefecture.
We're back.
His mic was off.
This is amateur hour right here. But yeah, that was a good amount of battles that we had right now for the top 16. I think we're going to be moving on pretty fast right here, and there's a lot of skill behind the wheels. Let's go ahead and check out this next battle.
Next battle coming up is going to be Shiba Yama going against Takashima. Both JZX 100s. You got a Mark II going against a Chaser here. So we'll see how they're going to feat between the two and see who's going to move on to who's going to be the first one to move on to the final four.
さあベスト8の最初のバトル、柴山選手対高島選手、これまでベスト16熱いバトルがいっぱいありましたが、さあこのバトルはどうだ。
Here we are right here. Shiba Yama's in the lead right here in the silver JZX 100 Mark II coming around outer zone 2. Beautiful job in outer zone 2. Let's see if he can carry it all the way through. And look at that right there. Takashima keeping that close proximity all the way through. Oh, diving a little bit too much on the inside there for the transition. And Shiba Yama finishing strong. But man, he definitely was keeping that close proximity all the way through that course.
Yeah, it looked like Shiba Yama was just doing his own thing in the lead. He was running an outside zone, an outside line throughout the whole track, but Takashima was giving chase. He was getting a little too carried away with the proximity. He tried to get as close as possible. Look at right here. He ends up being on a totally smaller line right here, ends up losing his line. He had nowhere to go, and he just spun out. 今のは柴山選手が先行で、自分の走りをしている中、高島選手がどうしても近づこうとして、アウトゾーン2から3に行くところですね、全くちょっと小さいラインになってしまい、近づきすぎて、スピンをしてしまった形になりますが。
But yeah, that's very interesting there. Takashima definitely was bringing it all that he had, and he got a little too wild there, leaving outer zone 3 and kind of came up short and hit the rumble strip, definitely threw him offline. But luckily, they avoided a bad collision there coming up to outer zone 4. Here they are coming back around to the start gate. Takashima is going to be in the lead this time, while Shiba Yama is going to be in the chase position.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that it looks like, or all of the tracks here looks fairly easy, but I think to do a tandem and a clean tandem, it gets pretty technical because we try to make, as much outside zones as possible so we don't pinch any of the chase cars' lines when they're trying to get closer and try to, gain proximity on the cars. But at the same time, everything's technical, so it's really hard. It's just hard to tandem,
Looks like they're ready to go. Takashima, once again, he's going to be in the lead here going against Shiba Yama. Takashima definitely made a huge mistake leaving outer zone 3 to 4, diving in pretty hard. We'll see how Shiba Yama is going to come up here in his chase. It looks like he made a huge correction there, leaving outer zone 2, coming around outer zone 3. And man, this is definitely going to cancel out their chase runs against one another. We'll see who had that better lead run between the two. And like we talked about before, anything can happen. And it looks like Shiba Yama had it in the bag. And unfortunately, right there, outer zone 2, he probably did a little bit too much or bit off too much he wanted right here, swinging around outer zone 2. And like Robbie was saying, it does look a little on that easy side, but they're actually leaving from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. It's almost like they're doing a large sweep all the way around. But the thing is the track gets a little bit narrower leaving that outer zone 2, so it creates that challenge. And it looks like it kind of got too much of Shiba Yama there on his chase run, where he ended up doing a huge correction to prevent himself from falling offline and dipping too many tires there from outer zone 2 to 3. We'll see here what the judges have to say. Between the two, they both had their mistakes in their chase position. But I must say, here we are. Yoichi Mamura is going to go with it one more time. Wada's going to go with it one more time. And right there, you guys can see it. We got ourselves a one more time battle. So hopefully we'll see a clean chase and a clean
all right,
lead
so
between the two.
I'm going to go ahead and spill my guts, but I just had to go with that call because I just had to because of what just happened. But I didn't like how Takashima didn't leave outside zone 2 the way he was supposed to. That wasn't a good flow. That almost made Shiba Yama, that was almost like the trigger that triggered Shiba Yama for making a correction outside zone 2. But let's go ahead and move on. We'll see another one more time battle.
So moving on, like you just saw on the screen, it's going to be Ryutaro Oe going against Hiroya Minoa. Oe's in the lead while we have Minoa in the chase. Both young drivers, here they are coming around to outer zone 2. Oe's real shallow there, and Minoa's compensating to keep that proximity to him. And there he is, right on his rear fender. And looks like Oe's going to do too much there, leaving outer zone 3. But I must say that the driving skills to have that close proximity and still have faith and stop yourself from a hard collision.
I think that might have been a contact right there.
I'm going to have to see that replay, but man. Here's the replay here. Let's see if there was that contact. coming around outer zone 2, like I said, Oe was real shallow, not even being able to get to outer zone 2 right
but
there.
he incompleted too.
So we'll see here. Got another view coming around, coming outer zone 1 right there. Minoa compensating a little bit from not getting all the way to outer zone 2, getting that shallower line on him, and there may have been a tire touch, but I'm not. And that's what's caused the spin out there. And they're making sure that Oe on the lead right there wasn't dipping too many tires. Because like I said, leaving outer zone 2, you're carrying that momentum all the way around, and the track narrows up a little bit. And that's where it's a danger zone to drop too many tires, because you know, too many tires is just an incomplete run at the end of the day. So we'll see here again.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at right here. We are closely trying to dissect this run, but as a lead driver right here, Oe, looks like his front right tire goes off course too. You're not supposed to go off of that white line. 2 tires is okay, it's a point deduction, but it looks like his front right tire also went over the white line. So yeah, that might be an incomplete for the lead car right there. Now, ですね、ちょっと何回か今リプレイを見ていたんですが、先行の大江選手がですね、接触スピンみたいな形になったんですが、その前にアウトゾーン2から3に行くところ、ちょっと右前のタイヤも、ラインを越えてしまって3本タイヤが脱輪したということになりました。アウトゾーン2から3に行く部分ですね。ちょっと今のそれを、リプレイですごく、近かったんですが、ちょっとそれの確認ができたので、ちょっと、FD だとタイヤ2つまでは、減点、あまり良くないという形なんですが、タイヤ3本から上4本脱輪してしまいますと、ちょっと、単走では0点というかなりちょっと、厳しい見方なんですが、さあ入れ替えてどうなるか両者。
So without further ado, we'll see how Minoa is going to do in his lead run this time, going against Oe. Here they are coming through the chicane. Oh, looks like there was a pylon touch.
さあパイロンタッチみたいなので両者ちょっともう一回仕切り直しという形でスタートに戻っていただきます。
I'm getting close to demand a what is it? A remeasure. Because this is more pylon touches than we're used to.
Well, I think it's because I think the track here, we were talking about it too, when they're setting up the gate and how the lane's supposed to be and how the chicane is shaped, it's a little bit more narrow than where we're usually at. So I think the cones and the chicane is a little bit smaller than what we usually have at the other rounds.
So there you are. There y'all have it. The excuse.
You said the excuse. They're trying their best, Kenny. Come on.
But here we are right here. So moving along. Minoa's going to be in the lead this time. Oe is in the chase. Oe already did his lead run. Let's see if they can get through this chicane and make this battle happen. And here they are coming up to the 3-2-1. Minoa doing a beautiful job initiating, coming into outer zone 2 here. Beautiful job into outer zone 2. Oh, trying to have a little hesitation there, coming into outer zone 3, but Oe right there on his door, and it looks like, woo! Nice save by Oe. It looks like they had a same mistake in the same area, but we'll see. These two are at each other's neck for this battle. I mean, they both pushed each other to the limits. They both were door to door, keeping that close proximity. And you know what? They're making it hard for these judges for sure. But man, looks like Minoa kind of had too much juice there. And like we talked about, that transition from 3 to 4 is going to be a hot spot, especially depending on how much momentum they carry through. So we'll see here, get the official word from the judges. There you are, a familiar flag that we've seen at the Formula Drift Japan Pro Series. Drivers in anticipation on what the call is going to be from these judges. So essentially, both drivers incompleted their lead run. It comes down to how their chase run panned out for them. They both had the mistake at the same area. But the big thing we have to remember, Oe had that huge dip for his tires.
All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to have to go over the rules as well and to tell you why we came up with this.
I'm guessing it's going to be a one more time battle.
Exactly, so it's
So
going
we're
to be a
not
one more
moving
time.
on. So the left side of the bracket's not going to be moving on. We're going to be doing one more time battles on the left side of our bracket. We really want to see what these young drivers can do.
さあ今回のバトルワンモアタイムです。ちょっと説明させていただきますと、大江選手先行の時点、アウトゾーン2から3、に行くところですね、白線を越え、右前のタイヤも白線を越えた時点で3脱、その時点で、インコンプリート、予選でいうと0点の形になります。なので先行の走りが0点、そして後追い、先行がない後追いは、こちらで見ることができないので、入れ替えた今度は箕輪選手が先行で、どこまで行ってもですね、コース上後の方でも先の方でもですね、0点になってしまいますと、その、0点になったところまで後追いをしてもですね、その後追いも無効になるという形なので、箕輪選手ご覧の通り、アウトゾーン3から4に行く間の振り返しの部分で、スピンをしてしまいました。でそのスピンも単独のスピンだったので、それも先行の車のせいということで、両方の先行の車両が、先行のランを、終わらせなかったということで、後追いの点数というか後追いの評価もできないということで、両者もう1回、やり直していただく形になります。
どちらも先行が成立してなかったから、
そうですね。
後追いも成立しなくなっちゃったってことですよね。
Yeah, so he was just, double checking to say both of the lead runs weren't complete. So we have an incomplete for both the lead runs, so we have nothing to evaluate over the chases. So they're going to have to go one more time.
Fair enough.
So that's pretty much it. So OA, 3 tires off, going from outside zone 2 to 3. That's an incomplete. Minoa spinning out after the outside zone 3. That's also an incomplete. So it's an incomplete, one more time.
So we're just going to do a whole redo on the left side of the
Exactly.
bracket.
So we haven't even started with the top 8.
So yeah, just forget what happened so far for the grade 8. Moving on to the final 4. We're going to go and move on to the right side of the bracket. So lined up, ready to go is going to be Koji Nagase going against Shinichi Ishizuka. Nagase is going to be in the lead position in his JZX 100 Chaser, going against Ishizuka in the R33 in the chase.
さあワンモアが続く中、今度は右側のブラケット、長瀬選手と石塚選手です。
And here we are, Nagase dipping just a bit of tire into outer zone 2. Could have been a little deeper in outer zone 2, but here he is coming into outer zone 3, and looks like Ishizuka's struggling a little bit, trying to keep that closer proximity that we're expecting, and finishing strong there by Nagase.
さあ長瀬選手、先行でもなかなかいい走りをしたと思いますが、石塚選手ちょっと、間を詰められなかった感はありますが、入れ替えたらどうなるか。Looks like Nagase was doing a pretty good job overall as the lead car, filling the zones, and Ishizuka obviously is trying to do his best, but he could not close the proximity. He was on the right line and the right angle. Now we're going to have to see what's going to happen when they change places, because it doesn't look like everything's going to go smoothly today watching the first 2 grade 8 battles.
Exactly, the way it's looking right now. But yeah, like you said, Ishizuka did a phenomenal job filling those zones in the chase position, but his proximity is what's going to hurt him. So we'll see how Nagase is going to manipulate and fulfill his chase run and see if he can close that proximity closer than Ishizuka.
今の走行、石塚選手多分その後追いの、ポジションでですね、もうちょっと、詰めきれない部分があったんですが、今度は長瀬選手が後追いをする、石塚選手が先行でどのような走りをするか、期待してみたいと思います。
Here they are swinging up to the start gate, switching their roles. Nagase is going to be in the chase while Ishizuka is going to be in the lead. Looks like they're lined up, ready to go. Let's see if they can get through the chicane and make this battle happen. Here they are, Ishizuka going through the chicane right now.
さあスタートです。
Here we are, coming up to 3-2-1, initiating outer zone 1. Beautiful job by Ishizuka coming around outer zone 2. Not quite filling all of outer zone 2 like he did before in his lead, but like I said before, Nagase right there pushing that pressure, putting it right on his left rear quarter panel, swinging back around outer zone 4. And look at that right there, Nagase making it a true tandem battle at the finish. That was nice.
Yeah, that was I think that was an obvious battle, and not trying to say that neither was better or nor but that was very close. That was a pretty close tandem by Nagase, and it looks like Ishizuka wasn't filling the zones either. So Ishizuka wasn't doing the best job as a lead car, but Nagase not giving him an inch. Look at this right here towards the finish line. He was like all over Ishizuka, and that was it. Great job by both drivers.
He's definitely trying to make a statement. Like he said, this is like his home course. He comes out here all the time. So Yoichi Murmura is going to go with Nagase. Iwata is going to go with Nagase. And Nishida is going to go with Koji Nagase. Gets the win and moves on. The first one to move on to the final four.
さあ、ベスト4最初の、進出者は永瀬浩二に決定いたしました。今回、石塚真一選手もかなりいい健闘したんですが、ベスト8敗退となりました。
That's big right there for him. But there you are, coming up. Our next battle's already lined up and ready to go. We might be able to finish the right side of the bracket. I don't know. We'll see. So coming up next is going to be Yoshitatsu Kaneda, sitting in second place right now, going against Atsushi Hirayama.
さあ、現在ポイントランキング2位の金田選手対、勝ち上がってまいりました平山選手の戦いです。
Here we go, going through the chicane, coming up to the 3-2-1. Kaneda coming around to outer zone 2 here. Can he get all the way out? Look at that, filling the outer zone 2 pretty good right there. Coming into outer zone 3 here. It looks like Hirayama's really struggling on keeping that close proximity to him. And there he is right there, trying to dive in and close it right here at the finish. But man, definitely would have loved to see it early on in the track.
Yeah, I think he was trying, but Kaneda wasn't just letting him right here. Great job by both drivers. Kaneda, look at this right here. He does fill the outside zones fairly well. Outside zone 2, dips one tire, but makes it all the way around. Nice job by outside zone 3. And right here you see Hirayama gunning in. He does have to sacrifice some of the line to build the proximity, but he tried to catch up to Kaneda as much as possible when he was getting close to the finish line. 今回の金田選手先行でですね、タイヤが1本出てしまったんですが、アウトゾーン3もきれいにトレースしてかなりいい走り、そして平山選手も、後追いでできる限り近づこうと、努力をしていましたが、ラインの方がちょっとちっちゃくなりながら、近いところを走ろうと、して大健闘だったと思うので、今度入れ替えて金田選手が今度平山選手の後ろをついていった走りがどうなるか見てみたいと思います。
So like he said, we'll see how Kaneda is going to do in the chase position this time while Hirayama's in the lead. Man, if Hirayama could have had that nice proximity all the way through, that would have been a beautiful battle because that finish was amazing. It was like photogenic.
That's what all the drivers want.
I know they do, but at the end of the day, I mean, that was very photogenic right at the end, right there in the finish. But here they are, lined up, ready to go. Hirayama's in the lead, Kaneda's in the chase. How are they going to battle this one out? And here they are coming into the 3-2-1. It looks like Hirayama's diving far ahead before right there to outer zone 1. Coming into outer zone 3 here. Swinging back around. Kaneda looks like he's playing a little safe and not quite closing that proximity. Let's see how he's going to do here at the finish. And Hirayama just doing a beautiful job. And look at that, roasting the tires.
Wow, yeah, both of the lead runs were pretty good. Kaneda's chase was pretty good as well. He looked like he was pulling out a lot of angle when he was going over the finish line. I'm going to have to go ahead and check that out too. But right here, good proximity throughout right there. Outside zone 2 to 3. Good job by Shiba Yama. And also the chase position, Kaneda, he shoots right in there. And that he almost shot himself in the foot right there.
Yeah, he accelerated in and he didn't anticipate that Hirayama was going to continue on through this finish line. So we'll see what the judges have to say. Cross comparing the two, lead to lead, chase to chase between these two. So let's see if Kaneda, currently sitting in second, is going to move on, or is it going to be Hirayama, and looks like Yoshi Mimura is going to go one more time. Looks like we're going to have, this is just a one more time battle round. Why don't we just call it the one more time round?
Okay, so from now on, the grade 8s are going to be one more time each, right?
Exactly.
No, but it was really hard to, both of the drivers, like Hirayama falling behind, trying to catch up at the end. Kaneda pulling out all that angle after he tried to play catch up after the transition right there, too. That didn't look really good for him. But also, Hirayama's lead run was very good, too. So
is this why they don't have top 32? They just have top 16?
Yeah, we're just going to do, the top 8. Yeah,
just keep doing
the grade 8 all over again, exactly.
No, but beautiful driving. They do have their mistakes here and there, but that's what the fans want to see. We want to see some solid runs, and these guys are definitely out here to battle it out and get the podium. So going back to our original first one more time battle in the top 8 is going to go against Shiba Yama and Takashima. Both JZX 100s. The big body four-door battle going on right now. Here they are coming through the chicane. Shiba Yama in the lead position in the silver JZX 100 Mark II. Coming from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2. Not too bad in outer zone 1-2. Let's see how he's going to do to outer zone 3. And look at that, Takashima once again trying to keep that close proximity, but diving in once again right there to that transition point, which may be going to affect him in his decision making there, but we'll have to see how Shiba Yama is going to do in his chase.
All I have to say is, from the beginning of top 16, Shiba Yama's lead run has been on point. He doesn't do anything wrong. He just does his own line, runs the outside line, runs a lot of angle. Look at this. He's just minding his own business and doing what he has to do as a lead car. And right here, you can see Takashima had to dive right in. He totally misses outside zone 3, tries to play catch up, then he does get left behind at the outside zone 4 too. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen when they swap places, but looks like as a lead run, Shiba Yama is doing a good job.
Yeah, most definitely. But like you said before, Takashima, I don't know if he didn't learn from his last mistake, but yeah, leaving outer zone 2 there, coming around to outer zone 3, he took that real shallow line, which put him in the wrong position coming through that transition to outer zone 4. But anything can happen, just like we saw before with the last one more time that we had between them two. So we'll see how Takashima is going to do in his lead position while Shiba Yama is going to be in the chase.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting one because now Takashima is going to have to do a good lead run.
We're going to see Takashima's rolling a little slow up to the start gate.
Yeah, but I got to say one thing, though. I mean, the outside zone 2 area, what he did earlier when he was leading, and it looked like Shiba Yama got caught up in it as well. I don't like that. And, obviously, I know if that was meant to be done or not, I'm not sure. But, we don't tolerate, people trying to beat other people by not driving hard,
Yeah.
And I'm not accusing anybody of doing that, but if it looks like that, and if it looks like that to the judges' eyes, we're going to have to call it. So
call it like it is. So here they are lined up, ready to go. Takashima's going to be in the lead. In the JZX 100 Chaser going against Shiba Yama and his Mark II.
さあ、ワンモアタイム入れ替えて、今度は柴山選手後追い、高島選手先行です。
Takashima getting a little wild there with his entry, coming in outer zone, coming into outer zone 3 now, missing it, coming in. It looks like Shiba Yama is being a little safe here with his proximity, coming around to outer zone 4, and that is not what we wanted to see, and that's probably what Takashima didn't want. So let's see this replay right here. You'll see, look at that. Takashima doing a real aggressive entry into outer zone 1. Nice job in outer zone 2. And being able to fulfill all of outer zone 3 there. Beautiful job, but maybe did too much there. Threw him offline to get to outer zone 4 and couldn't hold it all the way through to the finish.
So I think that was Takashima just trying his best, trying to do everything he can as a lead car, and ended up spinning out.
So it looks like Shota Shibayama is going to get the win and moves on to the final 4.
さあ、ベスト4、進出者2人目のベスト4進出者は柴山翔太選手、決まりました。高島選手ここで敗退となりましたが、FDJ2 チャンピオンシップのですね、なかなかいい場所にいると思うので、多分このまま FDJ に登っていくんじゃないかと思います。
So our second one more time battle we're about to see right now against these two young gentlemen. It's going to be Ryutaro Oe going against Hiroya Minoa. Oe is in the S14 while we have Minoa in the JZX100 Mark II.
さあまたまた若手対決 S14 に乗る大江選手対 JZX100 に乗る箕輪選手の戦い、ワンモアタイムです。
And here they are, Oe doing a beautiful job filling outer zone 2 there, and look at that Minoa keeping that proximity, trying to keep it nice and close. Had a little correction there, coming around to outer zone 3, swinging back around to outer zone 4 here, and Oe just doing his thing, filling those zones. And Minoa just trying to keep that aggression on the tail end in the chase. So here's the replay.
Yeah, so right here, it looks like Oe is filling the zones and doing the run he's supposed to, staying away from that white line, and right there, it looks like Minoa had pretty much nowhere to go, and there was a pretty big size amount of correction over by in between outside zone 2 to 3. He dips 2 tires out the outside zone 3 and also runs a smaller line outside zone 4. So now we're going to have to go ahead and see how Minoa is going to be making the lead, and Oe is going to give chase.
There you go. Familiar flag, like I said before. Seen him at the Formula Drift Pro rounds.
今回の大江選手、さっきのね、コースアウトの部分を気をつけながら走った分、箕輪選手がちょっと内側の方に入っていって、まあかなりの、修正をかけないと後をついていけない状態、そしてアウトゾーン3も、2脱タイヤを2つ出してしまったということで、今度は箕輪選手が先行、大江選手が後へどうなるか見てみたいと思います。
So here we are. We'll see who's going to do it right here. It's going to be Minoa in the lead while we have Oe in the chase position. Minoa definitely has to make something happen here in his lead position. He has to fill all these zones and do a beautiful run, and Oe, he might have slightly upper, but looks like, something happened for Oe at the start, and there goes Minoa swinging around to outer zone 2, filling all of outer zone 2, almost dipping through there, being able to get around to outer zone 3. Beautiful job coming up to outer zone 4, doing his thing, but looks like Oe suffered something, and man, phenomenal job by Minoa there at the finish, but Oe, unfortunately, not sure what happened, either mechanically or what. But that's not what we want to see. I told you this is a very important round for Oe.
Yeah, and we're going to have to see the lead run right here by Minoa because it looks like he was really close to having 3 tires off, but maybe he wasn't. I think he was a little in on the front right tire, but he looks like he's taking the zones really, really wide this time too. And something did happen to Oe's car, obviously, when they started. So we're going to have to go ahead and check out the replays again.
So yeah, like I was saying before, this is a very important round for Oe. Oe definitely needs this. He's currently sitting in the 11th position. He wants to get as far as he can through this round, try to get podium. Here's the replay of Minoa's lead run. And the biggest thing that Robbie was saying is check out between outer zone 2 and 3. Very close, but it looks like it might be fine there going in and seeing if he dipped too many tires or not. We'll see. We have to get the official word by the judges on what the determination is.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what we saw where earlier there was a pretty sizable mistake done by Minoa when he was in the chase position, but right here the chase car could not leave the start line and he had no power to drive through the track and drift, so that's an incomplete as a chase car, so this might be an easier one for us as long as Minoa didn't incomplete as the chase car.
So waiting on this final results from the judges.
さあ今回残念ながら大江選手何かのトラブルに、よってスタートから、綺麗なスタートができなかったみたいなんですが
Yoshimura is going to go left to Minoa. Iwata is going to go left to Minoa. So Hiroya Minoa gets the win and moves on to the final 4, and he'll be the final for the battle on the left side of the bracket.
先ほどの、箕輪選手アウトゾーン2から3に行くところ後追いの部分でかなりの、ミスしかし まっすぐになって0点になったわけでもないので、今回、車のトラブルによって大江選手ここで残念ながら敗退となってしまい、準決勝進出はカーナンバー130箕輪弘也選手に決定です。
So already lined up and ready to go is our last one more time battle for the top 8. See who's going to make it to be the last one to the final 4. Is it going to be Kaneda or is it going to be Hirayama?
さあ金田選手対平山選手、どっちが準決勝へ進むか。
Kaneda doing a beautiful job in his lead run. Let's see if Hirayama can keep that proximity all the way through. Coming from outer zone 3 to 4 here in the transition where they've been diving in on each other. And there's that dive right there coming into the finish. Beautiful job by Hirayama, but man, Kaneda had that consistency all the way through that track.
Yeah, it looks like from the top 16 battles all the way through, it looks like Kaneda's been very, very stable. He's just doing what he's supposed to do as a lead car. Shiba, the road was bumpy to get here, but at the same time, he does look like, you know, there's a lot of excitement from this driver because he does get, he falls back a little bit. Then right here, he tries to gun in, and he gets a little too close and washes out a little bit as Kaneda finishes the run. But now it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen when Shiba leads and Kaneda gives chase. Kaneda 選手、ベスト16の走りから、終始、安定した先行の走りをしていますが、平山選手はですね、エキサイティングな、最初近くなく後でアタックするような走りができたんですが、アウトゾーン4でですね、ちょっと飛び込みすぎた部分があったのですが、今度、平山選手が先行になった時に金田選手が後追いどういう走りをするか見てみたいと思います。
Here they are. They're flipping the script now. Hirayama's going to be in the lead this time while we have Kaneda in the chase. This is their one more time battle. This is the final battle for the grade 8, trying to get to the final 4.
さあベスト8最後のバトル、この勝者が準決勝進出します。そして永瀬選手の、対戦相手となりますので、どっちが勝ち上がるか。
Exactly. Who's going to go against Koji Nagase? And here they are coming up.
おっと。
And
it looks like
they're getting too excited.
The pylon touch. They really don't want to move on to the top 4. いや、なかなか今村ジャッジ、なかなかベスト4にいけないですね。
そうですね。近い戦いがね。かなり接戦な戦いがありますよね。
Yeah, I guess we're not moving on because we do have a lot of close battles where we are having a lot of one more times. We're actually, this is a lot of one more times, and also a lot of pylon touches too. It almost seems like they don't want us to leave. I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool staying here.
I am too. Well, looks like they're ready to go. Hirayama's going to be in the lead. Kaneda's going to be in the chase. How are they going to do? Let's get through this chicane and make this battle happen.
さあ仕切り直しです。金田選手対平山選手。
They made it through, coming around outer zone 1, swinging out to outer zone 2, filling outer zone 2 by Hirayama. Beautiful job. Look at that, coming around into outer zone 3. Kaneda had a nice dive in him. It looks like he's given a little bit of room to breathe here, and Hirayama's just finishing strong here to finish. But looks like Kaneda gave him a little bit too much room to breathe there.
Oh man, I don't want to say this right now, but now we're going to dissect the chase run of Kaneda. Shallow, smaller line right there, but right there, oh man, I don't know. That kind of looks like 3 tires right there as a chase car.
Yeah, it really does. That's very unfortunate. I actually didn't even catch that, so that's.
And it looks like Hirayama is doing a good job as a lead run. Oh man, that's, I mean, as close as Kaneda was, that was really beautiful, but man. 今のちょっとリプレイで確認したんですが、平山選手先行でかなりいい走りだったんですが、後追いの金田選手がアウトゾーン2を出ていくところで、
There's the winner right there for that battle. It's going to be Atsushi Hirayama gets the win and moves on and is the last one to move on to the final 4.
今回のバトル、 準決勝に進出したのは平山敦選手です。おめでとうございます。金田選手、アウトゾーン2から3に行く部分でちょっとタイヤが出てしまった部分があったので、それを見逃さなかった。今回は平山選手が決勝進出です。ここで We're gonna take a short break。 ここでコマーシャルです。
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカートセ る横浜やる
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ねあれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしようセブンセブンセブンやる横浜やる
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
And we are back. We made it through our top 16, our grade 8, and here we are finally to our final 4 here at the Yokohama Presents FDJ2 2021 series at the Nikko Circuit in the Tochigi Prefecture.
さあやってまいりました。ベスト4まで来ました。ベスト16、ベスト8と来ましてベスト4やっとここまで来ましたが、2021年シリーズ横浜タイヤプレゼンツフォーミュラドリフトジャパン FDJ2 最終戦日光サーキット準決勝第1試合が行われるところです。
And it looks like on the left side of our bracket, we're going to have a JZX100 Mark II battle. It's going to be against Shiba Yama going against Minoa.
さあ準決勝最初のバトル、柴山選手対Minoa選手。
You didn't watch earlier, see earlier, Shiba Yama, he actually took first in qualifying. Let's see how he's going to do. He's been very consistent, and right there, this shows you the consistency he's had all day, hitting the zones, doing a consistently good qualify, or not qualify, but lead run. And look at that, beautiful job in Minowa right there, keeping pressure on him throughout this course. But man, that was a pretty good battle right there for the first one for the Final Four.
Yeah, so it looks like as the chase driver after outside zone 2, you don't want to be too close where you're going to lose your line right there. It doesn't look like a full correction, but he did make a correction behind where Minowa was driving behind Shibayama. Shibayama, like you were saying right now, same thing from top 16. The whole time he was just doing his own thing, running the outside line, and good enough angle. So now we're going to have to see how well Minowa is going to lead Shibayama.
Yep, like you said, Shibayama has consistency. Consistency is key, especially out here, but at the same time, he's going to have to pick it up in the chase position, and Minowa has to throw down in his lead.
さあベスト16からずっとバトルを淡々と、進んでまいりました柴山選手は先行で、なかなかクリーンな走り、全体的にいつもですね同じような走りをしているんですが、アウトゾーンもきっちり取って、角度もいい、アクセル音も結構速い状態で走っています。後追いである箕輪選手、ちょっとアウトゾーン2を通過するところで少しインの方に入っていって、まっすぐにはならなかったんですが、ちょっと、修正が入れなきゃいけない部分があったので、今度は箕輪選手が先行走り、柴山選手が後ろでどういう走りをするか見てみましょう。
Looks like they're getting that green light. Minowa is going to be in the lead this time. And the black and pink JZX 100 Mark II going against Shibayama in the silver JZX 100. Looks like they got a probably, I'm guessing, pylon touch because that's about the trend going on right now today. Is that trendy? Pylon touches?
Pylon touch ですね。Yeah, that's the trend word. If you look for it right now online, everybody's probably looking it up, saying, "What's pylon touch?"
So we'll see here. They're resetting. Minowa's spinning back around. He's going to be in the lead position.
Yeah, just take a deep breath. Let's not hit any more cones.
All right, here they are. Looks like they're going to make it through the chicane. And yep, they made it through. Here we are, Minowa in the lead right here, coming into outer zone 1. Swinging around to outer zone 2. Look at that, coming with some flair here, swinging into outer zone 3. And I don't know what's going on with Shibayama, but he's definitely fallen far behind and is not catching any proximity closure on Minowa. Minowa's just doing his thing, hitting all the zones like he's supposed to. And man, that's not good for Shibayama right there. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was a pretty sizable gap created by Minowa. And Shibayama looked like he was nowhere near. That wasn't really much of a tandem right here. Let's go ahead and check that out. Minowa does a good job filling outside zone 1 and 2. He does dip a tire right there, going from outside zone 2 to 3, reinitiates, going to outside zone 3, transition to outside zone 4. This whole time, I would have to say Shibayama is mimicking his line, but I mean, there's a sizable 3 to 4, I mean, maybe almost close to 5 car lengths in between these cars.
Yeah, and almost made it inactive at that point. So we'll see here. Cross-comparing the two. Here's the replay once again of Minowa's lead. And yeah, he didn't do too bad on the takeoff right there through the chicane, but I don't know, from leaving outer zone 1 right there, or outer zone 2, that's where he kind of dragged out, and it looks like he was just roasting tires.
Yeah, so this might be, I'm not sure, I mean, this is a FDJ car, and his mother, Masayo Minowa, drives it, and drove it, actually debuted it at Fuji, I believe.
Yes,
and
last round, yeah.
Now they said, you know what, use this car so you can go ahead and battle it out in FDJ2. So こちらやっぱり少しのやっぱりパワー差もあったのかもしれないんですが、かなりちょっと遅れを取ってしまった柴山選手。さあちょっと何度かリプレイを見て、お互いのミス、そしてお互いのいいところを。
Give it a one more replay right there. But yeah, for the online viewers out there, we are watching you, but it's just kind of hard to talk back and forth like we usually do for the FDJ rounds because we are actually on the PA system, so it's kind of a little bit more confusing.
So right now, what we were watching and replaying was Minowa's lead run. If he had dipped 3 tires going from outside zone 2 to 3, that could be an incomplete for him. But the judges are dissecting that run, and we're going to have to see. I'm not going to tell you what's going on right now, but we are watching this over and over again. こちらただいまリプレイを確認して、ここアウトゾーン2から3に行くところですね。箕輪選手のフロントの右のタイヤがそこでラインの上にあるのか外にあるのかで大きくここで、物事が変わってくるところをちょっと何度か、確認しています。
This isn't the first time he's hovered that line because his last battle he had the same issue. So here we are. Yoshimura is going to go with Minowa. Iwata is going to go with Minowa, and Nishida is going to go with Hiroya. Minowa gets the win and moves on to the finals.
ということで、オンライン、箕輪選手が決勝戦進出、柴山選手、予選でも1位、そしてずっと、淡々と走ってきましたが、予選の順位でですね、次のバトルの、勝者がどちらであれ、FD のルールで3位決定となっています。柴山選手おめでとうございます。そして箕輪選手、ここで決勝戦進出です。12歳のドライバーがお母さんの車を借りてここ日光サーキット FDJ2 に出場し決勝戦まで来ました。I mean, just think about it. You're 12 years old. You just say, "Hey, mom, lend me your car." Boom, I'm here.
Throw me the
FDJ2, exactly, and he makes it all the way up to the. I mean, it's been a bumpy road, and I'm not going to say it was a very smooth ride for him to here, but he made it all the way to the finals. Now I want to see who he's going to go against.
Is he going to go against Koji Nagase in his JZX 100 Chaser, or is he going to go against Atsushi Hirayama in his S15? And like I said before, I've said it every round that he's gone. Koji Nagase said he's capturing podium. And you know what? Speaking of Shibayama, he got first in qualifying. So.
さあ次のバトル、長瀬選手対平山選手、どちらが箕輪選手と対決するか。
Here they are coming into outer zone 1. Beautiful job by Nagase. See if he can carry it all the way around to outer zone 3 here. Nice job in outer zone 3. And Hirayama keeping that safe, consistent proximity. But man, roasting the tires right there at the finish for Nagase. I keep forgetting you have to translate, so I get carried away. But let's see.
What happened?
See, he
So let's
zoned
go.
out on me. Here's the replay right
yeah,
here.
no, I was just thinking about the run right now, but there you go. Looks like Nagase is also, he got the hang of this track. Just like he said, this is his home track. I'm sorry, there's like smoke coming into our place. But it looks like Nagase is running the outside line, and Hirayama looks like he has to play a little bit of catch-up by running the smaller line. Right now, I saw the end where Hirayama looked like he almost had contact with Nagase passing the finish line, but I think that's from Nagase trying to slow down, going to back to the start line. So I'm not going to be really worried about that. But yes, Hirayama had to run a smaller line, but I would have to say I'm excited to see what Hirayama has to show to us as a lead car, and Nagase, since this is his home track, see how he's going to handle Hirayama.
And I must say, Hirayama's been pretty consistent with his chase on that aspect where he dives in on him at the end. So we'll see how he does on his lead.
さすがホームコースとしている永瀬選手、ここ日光サーキットなんですが、終始、先行でいい走り、そして平山選手なんですが、ちょっとラインがちっちゃいかなっていうことがありまして、フィニッシュラインを越えたところで、接触なのか何かあったのかなみたいな感じだったんですが、そこはですね、フィニッシュラインを越えて永瀬選手が、スローダウンをする形になってしまったので、特に、審査の方では問題ないという形になりますが、今度は平山選手が、先行走り、永瀬選手がこのホームコースである日光どう料理するのか、この戦い見ものです。
So here we are. Nagase is going to be in the chase while Hirayama is in the lead. Let's see them get through this chicane and get this battle started. Here they are coming up to the 3-2-1. And there you go right there. Nagase not giving him any room to breathe right there on his left rear quarter, pushing all the way around to outer zone 3. Nice job on that tandem battle right there. Hirayama just doing his thing, hitting all the zones, taking it wide. But look at that right there. Nagase showing that he wants the champion right there. Beautiful tandem battle.
これはすごい後追いです。永瀬選手、そして平山選手も先行で、もちろん先行がいい走りでないと後追いもいい走りができないので、こちら両者ともいい走り。しかし永瀬選手、ここ地元、ホームコースである日光でこの強みを見せています。素晴らしいこの、先行の車。ここで平山選手も少し、逃げようとしましたが、すぐに永瀬選手に捕まってしまったみたいです。It looked like Hirayama was trying to give that last runaway getaway at the end, but Nagase said nope.
Nagase gets one right there. Iwata gives him it. So there you go. Koji Nagase gets the win, moves on to the final.
そして永瀬選手がここで決勝戦進出。残念ながら平山選手ここで敗退となりました。ベスト4まで見事勝ち上がりました。平山選手がここで敗退。永瀬選手、今回は絶対優勝したいという強い意気込みで臨んだ日光サーキット、ここホームコース。若干12歳の箕輪選手とここで決勝戦となりました。本当に次のバトル、最後のバトルがどうなるか楽しみです。I am dying to look forward to what's going to happen in the next battle. But before we get to that battle, you know what we're going to say. We're going to take a short break. コマーシャルに行きたいと思います。
And tune into this tough battle you're about to see. So we'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. チャンネルはそのまま。
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカード7にしよう。7やる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ。小倉レーシングクラッチ。ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカード7にしよう。7やる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。 チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ。オグラレーシングクラッチ。ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness. Called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新。オグラクラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ。オグラレーシングクラッチ。ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness. Called brilliant. Blinding and vivid. Valenti.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新。オグラクラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ。オグラレーシングクラッチ。ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness. Called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome back, everybody. We finally made it. We're here for the final battle of the final round of the Yokohama Presents FDJ2 series, and the first series that we've had of FDJ2 here at Nikko Circuit in the Tochigi Prefecture.
さあやってまいりました。ここ日光サーキット初めての FDJ2 シーズンの最終戦、ラウンド6ですね。最終戦、2021シリーズの最終戦、横浜タイヤプレゼンツフォーミュラドリフト FDJ2 最終バトル決勝戦。
But I must say, this is very sad too, because this is our last round for both FDJ2 and, FD already ended at Fuji, so that's very sad. We're going to have a little bit of a break.
Exactly. ここでフォーミュラドリフト USA もシーズンを終え、フォーミュラドリフトジャパンもシーズンを終え、そして今回 FDJ2 最終戦ということで、このバトルの後ちょっと時間が空いて寂しくなっちゃう部分があるんですが、皆さん最後のバトルをちょっと
But correct me if
しっ
I'm
かり見
wrong.
てもらいたいと思いますよ。
Correct me if I'm wrong. April 22nd. That's what we're looking at.
That's right. April
So
22nd.
y'all will have a little bit of break. Enjoy
Yeah.
your time. Go hit the slopes. It's winter time. But here we are.
Sa-
Final
Kesho-sen.
battle. It's going to be against Koji Nagase going against Hiroya Minoa. And Minoa is going to be in the chase while Nagase's in the lead. And here they are coming in outer zone 1. Nice initiation by Nagase. Coming up to outer zone 2. Beautiful job filling outer zone 2. Looks like Minoa's taking a little bit of a lighter line coming into outer zone 3 here. And phenomenal job. Oh, but is Minoa taking too much? Oh, beautiful job saving that right there. Coming into outer zone 4. And man, I don't know how he attacks that hard and still comes on top. Talk about being on the edge of your seat there coming out of outer zone 3.
Yeah, I missed you for a minute because I just and
It just kind of went out of control.
So right here, same thing, Nagase running the outside line, and obviously he did get close right there, but it looks like his front right tire was on the line, and he was dipping some tire, but right there, Minoa got super close to Nagase, but I think he got a little too close. He lost his momentum going to outside zone 4, but a great job by both drivers. This is a great final battle of the day, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen when they switch places because it looks like Nagase was doing some crazy chases earlier, and I want to see how Minoa is going to take care of his lead run in the next place where they switch.
Yeah, that was very intense right there in the end. And, for him to be able to kind of keep that control, we know he kind of dove in too hard there. He knows it too, but to save it and make it look that good at the end. So phenomenal job by him on his chase. But we're going to have to see what Nagase is going to do. He was aggressive on his last run. Let's see what he's going to do on his chase run.
さあ、決勝戦最初の走りなんですが、永瀬選手先行、後追いが箕輪選手、そしてここでスクリーン、ここですね、ここで右のフロントのタイヤが、ギリ、乗った感じなのでね、0点にはなりませんが、アタックした箕輪選手、ちょっと、前に進む動力を失ってアウトゾーン4の方に行ったんですが、素晴らしいアタック、そして素晴らしい先行の走り、永瀬選手、決勝戦、お互い、ここまで勝ち上がったドライバーなんでね、決勝戦にふさわしいようなバトルになってまいりました。入れ替えてどうなるか。
Sorry for not letting you talk. I wish y'all can see the camera should be on him whenever they're anticipating or I'm talking because he's like, hurry up, I gotta say something. He translates, so we're doing duel right here. So here we are right now at the line, ready to go. Our second part of the battle right here. Minoa is gonna be in the lead this time. Nagase in the chase. Nagase's been aggressive, and we'll see how he does here in his chase position.
さあ FDJ2 シーズン最後のバトルです。箕輪選手先行、圧倒追い永瀬選手どうなるか。
Final battle of the 2021 first season for FDJ2. Here they are coming around outer zone 3. Minoa doing a beautiful job, and look at Nagase right there attacking him the whole way, all the way around this course. Beautiful job by both drivers, and look at that finish. What a photographic finish right there for our 2021 season here for Yokohama Presents FDJ2.
How do you know it's done?
I know, exactly. I'm saying that to, jinx it, to come back with a one
Yeah,
more
so
time.
let's go ahead and check out this replay right here. Obviously, both of them made it all the way to the finals. They're both doing a good job. It doesn't look like Minoa was as deep in outside zone 2. He has to take out a little bit of angle right there, going from outside zone 2 to 3. But it looks like he does fill the zones, both of the zones, fairly well as he is leading. Nagase did a great job as lead. Minoa did a great job as the lead as well. Now we're going to have to go back to the chase where Minoa did give chase, but he did lose momentum going to outside zone 4. But at the same time, Nagase didn't get as close as he was. There's a lot of things that you have to take in consideration. Lead to lead, chase to chase. 今のバトルまた振り返ってみますと、箕輪選手前でちょっとアウトゾーン2から3に行くところ、タイヤは出てなかったんですが、少しまっすぐ気味にならなきゃいけない部分はありました。でもアウトゾーン3、4、きっちり取って、永瀬選手、それほどすごい近い状態、アウトゾーン3から4に行くところですね、そこまで近い状態に、持っていけなかった部分はありましたが、先行と先行、後追い後追い両方とも見た、結果どうなるか。
And it looks like the drivers are leaving the track right now. So when that happens, that means we have a verdict on the finals here.
All right, so now here we are. This is the final round, and I think we got the verdict. It is going to be either car number 75 Nagase or car number 130 Minoa here at FDJ2 Nikko Circuit. But I have a shout out. Thank you very much for watching us all the time on the live stream throughout FD Japan and also FDJ2. And a shout out to the FD USA guys who we haven't seen for a while because of the whole COVID mess. We have Ryan Sage that's usually here doing what Kenny is doing, and also Ryan Lantain, who is also the other judge that is doing it remotely usually. Kevin Wells that's here also for the tech stuff. And we haven't had all the USA members come here at all because of the COVID, but we love you guys and we miss you guys. But before we go on to announcing who the winner is here at the final round at FDJ2, we're going to take a short break. この後すぐ優勝がどっちになったかもう決まってます。
We'll be right back.
Yokohama タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガード7にしよう。7やる横浜やる
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガード7にしよう。7やる横浜やる
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness. Called brilliant. Blinding and vivid. Valenti.
And we are back, and right there you can see our final 3 cars for the final round here at Nikko Circuit for the Yokohama Presents FDJ2 series, first ever series. And here we are. Who's the winner? Who do you got?
さあ、ここ栃木県日光サーキット初めての、フォーミュラドリフトジャパン J2 のシリーズ2021年のシリーズ最終戦トップ3のドライバーがここに集まっています。横浜プレゼンツ FDJ2 今シーズン最後のトップ3です。最後の、表彰式表彰台ですね。
So moving in, who was number 3? So our number 3 for today, he actually ranked first in qualifying, did a phenomenal job with the hardcore impact JZX 100 Mark II, Shota Shiba Yama.
3位は昨日の予選トップで通過したインパクト柴山翔太選手3位おめでとうございます。Okay, everybody's been waiting for this moment, right?
I'm ready for it.
この瞬間を皆さん待っていたと思います。さあ FDJ2 ファイナルラウンド
The final round winner
優勝は
is gonna be
JZX100
driving a JZX 100.
使用タイヤは横浜アドバン AD08R
Driving on Advan 8008Rs.
ホームコースゼッケン75番永瀬浩二選手優勝です。
Koji Nagase! And like I said before, he said he wanted to capture the victory, and look what he did. I gotta shake this man's hand after this.
Home track, he gets the win for the final round. Yokohama presents FDJ2. And the second place goes to...
Go ahead, you can...
The second place goes to...
Didn't make it easy by any means for Nagase. He's with the Heyman, also in the JZX 100, but the Mark II, 12 years old, Hiroya Minowa!
そして2位は準優勝永瀬選手といいバトルを繰り広げた12歳のドライバーゼッケン130番箕輪博也選手準優勝おめでとうございます。こちら3名のドライバーが今日のポーディアムのウィナーです。So that's the 3 drivers on the podium. Let's go ahead and ask Nagase how he feels right now. There's a quick interview, the winner of the round. 永瀬選手おめでとうございます。ケニー、アナウンサーが、言っていたようにですね、ここ地元ホームコースということ、地元じゃなくてホームコース、絶対に勝ちたかったっていう、気持ちで挑んできたラウンドだと思いますが、ここに来て初めての今年 FDJ2 の優勝、どんなお気持ちでしょ
う？めちゃくちゃ嬉しいです。ホームコースで、ここ日光サーキットさんですね、もう昔から走ってるコースで、今回逆走ということで普段走れないコースだったんですけど、金曜日から珍しく前日練習入って、 チームでみんなで追走を残ろうというのを目標にやってきました。で、本当に難しいコースでなんかいやらしいところにゾーンがあって1個うまくいくと2個目がいかない2個目うまくいくと3個目がいかないとかいろいろあったんですけど、なんとかその全部が全部っていうのはなかなか難しかったんですけど、なるべく自分の思うような走りができたかと思います。で追走の方も、すごくかっこいい走りしてるっていうのが僕の目ではそんなになくて、僕も含めてなんですけど、なので冷静にミスしないようにというところで、チームで話し合って、ここまで来れたので本当に良かったです。途中ね、車が壊れたりとか、本当に辛いことあったんですけど、最後まで良かったです。ありがとうございます。
高橋選手、本当におめでとうございます。I just asked Nagase how he felt about, being here, and he was saying this was his home course. And just as you were repeating earlier, how does he feel to coming for the win? And obviously, he said, it was his home track. Even though it was reversed, the layout, and it was really hard, the track wasn't easy to do, and it wasn't easy to conquer. He said the team came in, they wanted to win, and also, the zones were really hard to get to. So he tried his best, and he believes that all of his runs weren't the best, but he wanted to do really well, and he was concentrating on not making any mistakes, so the least mistakes as possible throughout the tandems. And he also watched all the other tandems, and he thought that there wasn't something super crazy, so what he was gunning for was to be consistent and try to take the win. And just as you see the screen, he was really, really happy. It was a touching moment for him, so I would like to congratulate him. 本当におめでとうございます. Congratulations to Nagase for his first win for FDJ2. Now let's go ahead and move along and ask this. I don't even know what's going through his head right now because I would be thinking about, going home and playing games or something. But this is a 12-year-old crazy driver right here. さあ、準優勝になったこの、12歳、のドライバー、箕輪宏也選手、僕が12歳の時、多分今、宏也選手が考えていることは考えていなかったと思うんですが、こんなに若くしてですね、今 FDJ2 の表彰台に立ったこと、今どんなお気持ちでしょ
う？はい、とても嬉しいです。
He said, I am very happy. 永瀬選手と、決勝大変だったと思うんですが、走ってみてこの FDJ2 初めての、ファイナルで走った感想、そして永瀬選手とのバトル、今振り返ったらどんな感じでしょう？
決勝が永瀬選手ですごい走りやすかったんで、もう最後は楽しんでいきました。で、この表彰台の2位に立てたのは壊れない車を作ってくれた両親のおかげだと思ってます。本当にありがとうございます。
I had a hard time catching the back end of it, but basically he was happy, and he was also he was happy to be able to drive with Nagase, and he said he was very comfortable driving with them, probably because he is a great driver, giving him a good lead run as well. But he just wanted to have fun, so he sounds exactly like what a pre-teenager should be, because he just wanted to come out here and have fun, and I think it showed because it was fun for us to watch too. So. いやでも本当にその楽しい走りがしたいという気持ちは、見ている僕らにもすごく通じたところがあると思うので、今回初めての、準優勝、表彰台、箕輪選手おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
やっぱりね、僕みたいにベラベラ12歳でいきなり喋り出したらちょっと変かなと思うんですが、口数が少ない、少年、まだこれからね、先どんな風になっていくかすごく楽しみです。I'm looking forward to seeing how he's gonna, evolve and grow because, if he spoke like me when he was 12 years old, that's kind of weird. So let's go ahead and move along to the third place podium winner, which is Shota柴山翔太選手。3位おめでとうございます。そして、前回そんなに調子良くなかった鈴鹿ツインでいきなりここに来て昨日の予選の走り、そして今日終始予選の走りを先行でずっとできたことすごいと思います。今の気持ち教えてください。
普段もう、3位に上がれてすごい嬉しいですけど、普段逆走何回か走ったことあるんですけど、ゾーンの場所が違かったんで、全くなんか違うサーキットのような感じで、楽しくは走れたんで、良かったです。で、3位で終わりましたけど、周りの車見るともう自分のより全然ハイパワーばっかなんで、その中で試行錯誤して走りきれたことがすごく自分でも嬉しくて、良かったです。でこの3位取れたのも、チームのみんなとあと協力サポートしてくれる方々のおかげで取れたと思ってるんで、本当にありがとうございました。で来年は 2J になるんでもっと楽にはなると思うんで、頑張っていきたいと思いますのでよろしくお願いします。
いや本当におめでとうございます。So just as he said, he's driven on this track a few times in reverse, but he's never driven it like this where the zones are spread apart like that. So he said it was very challenging, and he's really happy to be able to get third place. He just wanted to come here to have fun, but he also thinks that, he's third, but the other guys that are above him, they probably have a little bit more juice in their car. So he's thinking of, moving up to putting a 2J in his car for next year. But he enjoyed trying to do everything he can to keep up with these guys, and he's proud of himself and also the team and its supporters. He would like to thank everybody that helped him out along this way. So that's it.
You're lost with words.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. This is a wrap right here. This is the end, the round 6, the final round here of the Yokohama Presents FDJ2. First ever series, the feeder series into FDJ.
Yeah, let's go ahead and before we take off, I want to go ahead and ask the other judges how they felt about today and the battles that we had today. So, 今日ですね、振り返ってみて、ジャッジ一緒にしていただいた、岩田ジャッジ、どんな感じでしょうか、今日の最終戦。
今日ですね、FDJ2 っていうね、このカテゴリー今年から始まった最終戦だったわけですが、なんと言ってもワンメイクのタイヤということでね、タイヤが1つ、エンジンパワーとかですね、そういうことにかかわらず、ワンメイクのタイヤということで、SR でも 2J でも戦えるというね、なんかこの新しい試み、とってもね、楽しく、皆さんも走っていってくれたんではないかなと思っております。また来年もね AD09 ということでワンメイクで続けていきますので、ぜひ皆さんもねこぞって我はと思う方は腕自慢の方参加していただければと思います。
じゃあ AD09 でもう来年はやるということ
そうですね。
なんですね。
その予定でございます。はい。
ありがとうございます。So he just Iwata was just speaking right now, but he's happy that we made it out here. It's finals. It's the first ever new category that we have for FDJ. It's called FDJ2. Obviously, it's a brand new series, but also having the spec tire rules, the power and all that stuff doesn't really matter anymore because it all comes down to how you set your car up and how you drive it. 2JZ, SR20, it doesn't really matter, and it is a very new style in the sport of drifting here in Japan, and he hopes that all the drivers got to enjoy it and have a good time. And next year, just as he was saying that we are going to do a spec series again, and it's probably going to be under Yokohama Advan 8009, which is going to be coming out in February next year. So he said, hey, if you want to take the challenge, if you think you're good enough, come on out, try it out. Try and, come and beat everybody here, and hopefully they'll enjoy that. ありがとうございます。そして、
はい、
今村ジャッジ。
いや僕も先ほど言ったんですけど、やっぱりタイヤがワンメイクということでね、すごくドライバーが1年間で成長したシーズンだったなっていうことを思ってます。やっぱ開幕戦を見たドライバーがやっぱり最終戦でね、すごく車の進化というかね、セッティング能力、またねドライビングのスキルアップっていうところがすごく伸びたんだなっていうふうに感じてて、そういう意味ですごくワンメイクタイヤでね、皆さんどうなんだろうなって思った人もいっぱいいると思うんですけど、やっぱこのドライバーを成長するという意味ですごくみんなね成長した1年だったなっていうふうに僕は思ってます。はい。でましてね、12歳がね、箕輪ひろ君がね、こうやってひろや君か まあね、こうやって活躍するところで、やっぱりこう開幕戦はいなかったんですけど、こう途中から出てきて、こう初めはこう苦労してる部分もあったけど、やっぱりこう車の使い方、セットアップ、また最後にね、こうタイヤの使い方っていうのがやっぱ吸収が早かったなっていうふうに思います。だからまあ本当に盛り上がったし、盛り上げてくれた選手、またねスポンサーにはすごく感謝してます。本当にありがとうございました。
Yeah, so just as Imamura was saying, and I really agree with what he said, but it was interesting, and he said he had a great time doing this, and also watching the series being a spec tire, he saw the growth of the drivers, and just we were explaining earlier, throughout the season, from the beginning to the finals, we see drivers that weren't, or it seems like they're struggling in the beginning, but towards the end, they learned how to set up their cars, they learned how to drive under those tires and how to use these tires, and also the skill level of the drivers all grew. So the spec tire, a lot of people had doubts at the beginning to see how this was going to go, but I think it ended up being really well. So watching the whole series grow, and also the drivers and the teams, the setups and everything growing, was a great thing. And also adding everything at the end, we have a 12-year-old driver, Hiroya Minowa, right there. He's 12 years old, and he's not even here full season. He joined us towards the end of the season. He started to learn how to use these tires, how to drive his car, how to control his car under our judging system, and he made it this far. So we could see that this young driver is actually, he's learning so quickly that it's unbelievable.
I must say, though, he has a very good base. You know, both his mom and dad are in the Pro Series, so definitely good. I mean, you guys all seen them drive out there. Phenomenal job. So he definitely has a good base to build off of, and he's definitely like typical kids. He's a sponge. He's absorbing it all, and he's producing. This just shows.
Yeah, やっぱり若い人の覚えるのも早いなと思いますが、ね、こうやって勝つ自信がある、勝つ気できた永瀬選手がこうやって、優勝を取っていったっていうのもすごい、ね、目標を達成したっていう本当にドライビング、そして、今回も、予選、今回は予選は1位で通過した柴山選手もね、すごく大健闘の、ファイナルラウンドだったと思いますね。Yeah, so, you know, talking about the sponge and being young, looking at Nagase winning the round, he was able to take the win. That was his goal. He came into this round to win, and he took it. And that's something it's not easy to do. Also, you know, fairly new driver to the series, Shiba Yama, came in, qualified first, made it to the podium, first podium ever for him. So I'm pretty sure that he's going to be confident going into next year. And it's going to be really exciting to see who's going to what series, and what series is going to be more exciting to see newer drivers and new battles.
You're right on that. And you know, I must say it's an honor to be part of this. I mean, this is the first ever, you know, Yokohama Presents FDJ2 that we're running. So it's awesome to see that. We're going to get a little bit more challenges going into the Pro Series, which is going to be fun, a nice little mixture in there. But at the same time, we're seeing new drivers come out. So it's awesome seeing these different builds. I like FDJ2 because there's a lot of interesting cars out here. If you haven't seen them, go check them out on the YouTube channel. We have our previous events on there. Beautiful cars, beautiful builds. But yeah, thank y'all out there for viewing in, tuning in with us this whole year. And I know you got to translate.
Yeah, so I'm trying to stop him because he talks so long, and I'm like, I can't say all that. But what Kenny の今言っていたことなんですが、このシリーズでね、こうやってスペックタイヤの素晴らしいシリーズの一員となれたのもね、僕らもそのジャッジとして、そしてアナウンサーとしてでもですね、一員になれたということを本当に光栄に思ってますし、こうやって新しいドライバーが、新しいステージに足を運んで、なおかつこの先もですね、どんどん新しいドライバーが参加していく、この素晴らしい形をですね、見守っていけるのも本当に良かったですし、こうやってこの FDJ2 という新しいステージ、YouTube の方を見返してみれば今年のシーズン全部見れます。そして今日以外の前回、そしてその前々回もですね、全てのバトルはインターネットの方で見れるようになっているので、ぜひ気になるドライバーがいたらこの先の FDJ、 そしてこの前の FDJ2 もですねご覧いただいて、冬場のオフシーズンは楽しんでいただきたいなと思いますね。Yeah, so that's the way to enjoy the off season. Watch all of the battles one more time. Watch your favorite driver take the win at other rounds, and also have a good time. And thank you very much for watching. And just like he said, you guys out there watching this and supporting us, we really, really greatly appreciate it. Our judges right here, they would like to thank you guys as well. ご来場の皆様本当にありがとうございました。そしてこのライブストリームをご覧の皆様もですね、皆様がいてこそ僕らがこうやってステージを作り、素晴らしいドライバーたちが熱い走りを繰り広げてくれているので、本当に感謝の気持ちで本当にいっぱいなんですが、まあ暗くなってくる前、そして、寒くなってきたのでね、そろそろ、ここでファイナルラウンド表彰、終わりたいと思います。そしてこの後、ステージの方でですね表彰式もいたしますので、ライブストリームの方はここで、一旦終わりとさせていただきます。That's it for us being here on the live stream. We're going to do the award ceremony after this, but thank you very, very much for joining us and everybody out there. Much love to the fans for FD USA, FD Japan, everywhere else, everybody watching this and the fans. Thank you very much. And everybody who was supporting us, thank you very much as well.
Yes, thank you for the love and support. And now Robbie can go get a drink of water for doing all that talking. So
Exactly.
thank
I
you,
got dry
Robbie.
mouth. Thank you very much. 本当にありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis. The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.